Well, you call the Rexperts, Precision Auto Body in LaGrange. They are a collision repair facility, which means they are ICAR and ASE certified facility, and they're certified repair facility for most insurance companies, which this means to you, no matter if you drive a cool little car or a big old SUV, Precision Auto Body will fix it, handle all the insurance paperwork, and get you back out on the road. So call Precision Auto Body today at 706-884-9292.
Life costs money, sometimes lots. First Franklin Financial has loans for living. Our Hogansville and LaGrange branches offer personal loans from $300 to $15,000 with payment plans to fit any budget. Stop by and meet the friendly Franklin folk at the location near you. Visit 1ffc.com to learn more. All loan terms and applicable APRs depend on meeting our underwriting and income criteria for the loan size requested and may require collateral. Georgia Residential Mortgage Licensee number 5656.
If you need medical treatment at the highest level and want care that's personal, turn to Wellstar. We offer the latest procedures at Georgia's first certified comprehensive cardiac center, along with an innovative approach to fighting cancer, where specialists collaborate to accelerate diagnosis and treatment. We're also home to a top-level stroke program that performs life-saving operations every day. At Wellstar, we care for the whole you. Learn more at wellstar.org.
Hi friends, TOWD here with Kia LaGrange. This month we are featuring the workhorse, jack of all trades, the midsize SUV 2019 Kia Sorento. We're talking about safety, comfort, technology, and third row seating. Right now you can ride away in a brand new 2019 Kia Sorento L model, only $22,990. Yep, $22,990. You can also check us out online at KiaLaGrange.com. Help support your local economy. God bless America.
Cell number 111598. Priceless tax tag title. Offer good through August 31st, 2019. See Kia LaGrange for complete details.
Now back to the field for Troup Tigers football on the Eagles Sports Network.
Welcome back to Troup High School Tiger football. Jack and Greg Hicks live here from that stadium as we're getting ready to kick things off. Greg, I saw the guys down, saw shaking hands. I didn't see who won the toss.
You know what? We were too busy receiving a messenger phone call. I didn't see it either.
Hey, Dustin.
We'll know in just a minute.
Hey, this one wants to let you know that you can watch this game on NFHS. So Lucas got it all rolling there, so we appreciate that.
You guys go to the National Federation of High School Sports, NFHS, and look it up, sign up, and you'll be able to watch football games all year long. From any high school that's listed that particular week. Just notice in the Patriots this year, they're going to be in solid navy jersey, solid navy pants with like a gunmetal gray helmet color. They do not have their decals on their helmets yet. The Tigers will be in white jerseys and white pants.
And the lightest yellow numbers that you've ever seen. It's hard to see from up here.
No, you're right about that. One thing, you got a good contrast of white numbers on the navy shirts for Northside, and you've got kind of yellow gold numbers on against a white jersey for the Tigers. And if you're on the field, and I love to do sidelines, but not tonight because we always have trouble with our sideline mics. In such a wide stadium, such as Cadet Stadium here, but it does make it a little more difficult to see, which is why we have to use our binoculars. Well, the Tigers, either they won the toss and elected to receive,
I think they did,
or Northside won it and deferred. Either way,
one way or the other, Troup
will be on offense for sure. Beginning this contest, and the way it's going to play out, as Jack said earlier, full contact, full everything. Varsity first and second quarters will play JV in the third quarter, and will bring in the freshmen for the fourth quarter. That's the way it's supposed to play out. Hopefully, we'll see that happening. So. You parents who have those sophomores and those freshmen who you want to hear their name and see how they play, if you're not able to make it to the game and you're listening, just hang out with us till the second half, and we're going to make sure that we get all these kids' names.
Or if you've waited till Tuesday when it's on YouTube and you're watching it.
That's true. Either way, you'll be able to do that. You know, that's another thing. Coleman and at Eagle Radio will upload these videos week to week. It generally takes them 2 or 3 days afterwards. Like Jack said, normally by Tuesday night they're uploaded. So kind of a neat thing that you'll be able to go back and watch the Tigers in action.
The junior, Chipper Walker, is ready to kick the ball off. So rest there at the 40-yard line, kicking left to right on your radio dial. But if you're watching us, you know exactly which way it's going. All the way down, taken at the end zone. He'll step in, and they'll whistle it dead. Good-looking return was being set up, but they'll bring it out to the 20, and that's where the Tigers will have it, 1st and 10.
Trey Williams had stepped from about the half-yard line. He had stepped back in the end zone, and so that's why the whistle was blown. He actually, his left foot, he was going backwards to catch it. Of course, we were ready to run the football, and he ran it out and looked like he was going to go all the way, Jack, until they started blowing the whistle.
Well, one thing he did do some more. Right? Are they going to kick it over?
Well, they didn't blow the whistle until after the catch, so evidently they've seen something. The ball is still placed at the 40 unless they're going to back it up. So Northside must have jumped off sides. Of course, this is the first game of the year, scrimmage game. Yeah, we didn't catch it. Jack and I didn't catch it, so we'll get better at that. But this is the kind of game that you work all your kinks out and you look for your weaknesses. And
they're going to place the ball at the 35. Tigers walk across the 50 to the 45. Ball placed on 35. Tigers are at the 45. So, hey, we've got 5 yards already.
So the deep back in Trey Williams, and let me see if I can get the other number. It looks like Mark Anthony Dixon, and it is. They'll move from about the 2-yard line. They'll move out to about the 8, maybe the 7-yard line.
This kid's got a good foot on him.
He does. Mark Anthony Dixon takes the catch, takes the reception.
He's at the 30, 35, 40 down the left side, 50. Cuts back inside, taken out of bounds at about the 38-yard line.
I'm not spotting any flags. A lot of times on your first play, you got a miss how it goes, but a nice reception by Mark Anthony Dixon will take the kickoff on about the 8-yard line, has to scoop it up off the ground, picks it up and runs over toward the Columbus side, the north side sidelines, all the way down to the 39-yard line of the Northside Patriots. So good opening return and opening kickoff, or opening stance for the Troup High Tigers in this preseason game.
Looking down the field, it will be Hudson who gets the start. Claps for it. Hands the ball to Williams, going around the left side. Good blocking for him, cuts back inside, finds a nice hole, still on his feet, battles down across the 30 to about the 29-yard line.
A lot of arm tackling, but you're right. He was going left against behind Big Royce White, and the Northside Patriots had just slanted that direction. He plants and cuts back. Going to the left side, he cuts back to the right side and picks up about 6 or 7 yards. Ball will be placed on the 29-yard line. That's about 9.5 yards. Should be second and about inches for the Tigers.
3 receivers to the right side. Trips there. Williams will come back to the left side of Hudson. Hudson swings it out to him. He cuts upfield, goes to the outside 30, 25, 20, out of bounds at the 15.
What a nice little swing pass by Hudson out to Williams as he was a little in motion toward the Tiger sidelines. And he had a couple Northside Patriots bearing down on him. And the last second, Jack, what a nice stiff arm there with his left arm. Was able to pick up another 8 yards, and he'll take a ball all the way down to the inside the 20 to the 16-yard line for the Tigers.
Always amazed at the smoothness of Hudson. Just seemed so relaxed as he just laid the ball very gently into his hands.
And you're right, Jack. He's also one of those guys that can throw it 70 yards in the air.
Once again, he's back to pass. Got him in his face. Throws it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
What a nice toss and catch by the Tigers. And I want to say that we're all jumping. Let me catch his number over here. And it's Marquise Kelly. Mm-hmm. That's right. But what a nice back behind the shoulder. Kelly had turned his defender inside. Then he planted and turned outside just at the point in time where the ball was going. And you knew there's a connection there between Hudson and Kelly. And it was just a perfectly thrown ball. Good executed drive there as we try with the PAT, which is fumble. He'll have to pick it up. He'll be tackled on the field. So will not count as a PAT. But the Tigers go on board early in their onset kickoff of 6-0 here with 11:02 left in the first quarter.
Let's take a break. You're listening to Troup High School Tiger Football right here. Just 30 seconds back to the station on Eagle Sports.
Seems just like yesterday. He was running around the backyard playing football with his little brother, dreaming about the big game. Now he's here. He worked hard to make the team, and he's ready to take the field. And it's Synovus. We're here to cheer him on. From meeting your personal and business banking needs to pulling for the hometown football team on Friday nights. We're proud to be a part of our community. We're Synovus, the bank of here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Now back to the field for Troup Tigers football on the Eagles Sports Network.
Folks, as you're listening tonight, you don't realize a lot of the folks that there are a lot of people that go to put this together. Really proud of our folks back at the station. Great way of coming in and out already. Things are just clicking. This is just the preseason, so our thanks to everybody back there working on the board. Great job you're doing so far. The Tigers have a penalty against them. Actually, we know the ball's rested at the 40. They'll kick it off from there. We've got a kickers by committee so far tonight. I think we have Cole Partain. Excuse me, that's going to be actually Nolan Barton, I think, kicking off the first one. There's the kick down the field, taking it to 20, not very long. 25, hit, spun out at the 27.
Nice job by Troup Tigers. 26 for the Tigers. Let me get you his name.
26 is A.J. Tucker.
A.J. Tucker literally came right down the hash marks, took his defender and pushed him like 6 yards into the running back, which caused the tackle. If you go back and watch the film, that's how the tackle was made.
Yeah.
Kind of neat as the Patriots, their opening possession here in this preseason contest.
Put a man in motion from the far side. A little cross buck action in the backfield. They're going to be hit by the Tiger line. And oh, my goodness, that's a mess.
Coming off the bottom should be number 7 for the Tigers. Should be Devin Hill. No, excuse me. It is Devin Hill and Sam linebacker. He's the one that made that initial contact. Is Jabraylin Good and now stands right in the middle of the defense.
Oh, now they drew us off sides there.
They did.
With a clap. That's not what Kyler Murray did, I think, got in trouble for in the preseason game with the NFL. Too much clapping and drew folks off sides. Yeah.
Just say leave the clapping for the fans. Is that what they said? A lot of college football teams, especially in that shotgun, they'll clap, and it little head motion by the quarterback. Sometimes it'll draw you off sides.
Here they come. They run a pistol set, toss sweep to the left side, and he is hit badly in the backfield at the 30. They're going to lose the little bit of yardage that they picked up.
Zy Varner, along with Jeremiah Holston, just caught him coming out of the backfield as they was able to pick up a yard or two. But it's going to go to third down and call it 8 yards for the Patriots. Ball will be resting on the Patriots' 30-yard line.
They're on the far side of the field. Oaks is the quarterback. There's a snap. He's going to roll out. Finally kind of side kicks it down the field. Give his guys some time, but it's taken at the 30 by Hudson. Hudson rolls to his left, comes back right, hits the corner to the 40, 50, and then steps out of bounds at about the 45-yard line. That's about an exciting return for a preseason game as you're going to see.
I'm looking at no flags. He actually picks the ball up, as you're right, in a dead sprint at about the 24-yard line. He heads toward the Northside sidelines and then cuts it back hard and winds up across midfield, and they're going to bring the ball back, and I don't know why, but he was actually ran out of bounds, Jack, at about the 36-yard line. But they're going to bring it back. And maybe he stepped out of bounds when he was tight in their opening.
Yeah, he stepped out right about the 46, 47.
Still inside Patriots territory on the second possession for the Tigers. As Hudson remains at quarterback.
He steps up, calls for it. Slowly hands the ball off to Williams. Williams, great blocking ahead of him, steps up. Good yardage up the field.
Nice job by Royce White. They've got a Patriot that's down on the field, but what a Royce White comes back because he knows that he pancaked his guy 6 yards down the field, and they're going to call a timeout on the field. Let's check out this injured player as he's rolling side to side, hurting. Looks like it's going to be his left leg area, whether it's his knee or his ankle.
Zarquil Grubbs, he's a senior lineman, 6'1", 225.
Well, he looks like he wants to try to get up. That's good. But he's not quite getting up. The trainers are out there with him. He does stand up now, favoring that left leg.
Another thing, too, that you're going to have to watch tonight, Greg, are cramps and also lots of hydration.
Yeah.
It is still hot down there on the field. The shade has actually come across the field. So the guys are playing in shade, but we are not broadcasting in shade. The light is directly in.
So we've got to watch out for our radio guys here.
But, we got it made in the shade up here.
Made in the shade. Oh, man. Well, got a new guy with us helping us this year. Sonny, what's your last name? Ronnie Kamansky. And he's the one that's doing the Houston's commercial. Sounds really good. Luke's back with us this year from Northgate High School. Has already graduated, so he's paying his own way now. Is that right, Luke? But anyway,
so he's doing every game of the season. He'll be doing all the. Actually, they gave him the option of what radio team he wanted to work with.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he lost. He got us.
Short end of the stick.
Here we go. Here comes the Tigers. They're going to hand the ball off to the right side to Williams again. Williams reaches the first down marker, goes down to 20, out the bounds at about the 16-yard line.
What a nice – it's just a little quick toss, all just man on man, where Williams hits a right corner over beside Michael Irvin, turns the corner and stiff arms the cornerback from Northside after he picks up about 16 yards, goes out of bounds at the 19-yard line, and that's where they'll spot the ball as the Tigers first down inside the 20 of Northside.
They got a little digital
yard marker
there.
Absolutely, I like that.
Kind of neat. Just jumps out in the old binoculars. Hudson takes it. He's going to run it himself around the right side, 15, kicking up lots of little pellets there on the turf field. Gets inside the 10-yard line.
One looking at the casual fan might think, well, that was an option. He had the option to hand off.
Straight
no, that was a straight Kobe Hudson. He'd already made up his mind. He just kind of shoved it, pulled it back, and
ran to the short side of the field, too.
To the short side. Beat him on the corner for another first down inside the 10 to about the 8.5-yard line. So he picked up 10.5 yards on that play. So inside the 10, first and goal for the Tigers.
Hudson steps up, talks to his line. Williams stays in the backfield with him. He gets the handoff, fights inside, down inside the 5 to the 4.
He goes. You had Luke Purnell kind of really on. He was lined up at the tight end on the right side as they hustle back in here. Will Cooley jumps over the ball. Let's see what the Tigers have got in their repertoire.
Second down, 8:06 left to go in the first quarter. Play 6-0 in favor of the Troup High School Tigers. Kobe going to be sacked. Actually, no, he's going to throw it out there. And is it intercepted or they called him down?
Couple of things. He was down. The whistle was blowing. Kobe decided to throw it anyway when he had 4 Patriots pulling him down. The only guy he had to throw it to was a Patriot linebacker standing on the goal line, and he intercepted it and was starting to run, and the Patriots fans were getting all excited, but the whistle had been blown. What Kobe should have done was not thrown the football, though. It is a preseason game, but I promise you, Glisson is not happy there.
Well, Paul Brewer will definitely have a conversation about that when he gets back to the sideline.
And Paul, this year, is our new offensive coordinator, has been a quarterback coach now for the last 4 seasons.
Kobe going to keep it. Go to the left side. Stutter step. Rolls inside. Goes in the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
Nice stop block out there on the outside by, I want to say, Kelly. But Kobe basically takes it, pulls it, goes to the left side as Royce White really hooks his defensive end, which opens up a field for Kobe. You and I could have walked in the end zone on that one. Nice job by the Tigers offense for their second touchdown, coming at the 7-minute and 13 mark. Let's see if we can convert this PAT.
That's going to be important as the season moves on, that's for sure.
Snap.
Hold, kick is up, and the kick is good.
Oh, nice job.
PAT is good. I think that's Barton kicking that one there. So, with 7 minutes and 13 seconds left to go in the first quarter of play, the Tigers right now are leading by a score of 13-0 right here on Eagle Sports.
Rogers Barbecue in LaGrange has been locally owned since 1945, and they have daily lunch specials for only $7.29, and that includes your drink and dessert. Tuesday night from 5 to close is all-you-can-eat ribs, and Thursday's all-you-can-eat catfish, and with their Brunswick stew is famous throughout the region. They proudly serve only U.S. farm-raised catfish, so dine in or use a convenient drive-through Monday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. at 117 New Franklin Road in LaGrange. So come join the crowd at Rogers Barbecue.
Now back to the field for Troup Tigers football on the Eagles Sports Network.
Welcome back to Troup High School Tiger football. Jack Mormon, Greg Hicks. And our thanks to Angela back at the station. I asked who's running the board, and she's run off all the young people that we had, so she's down there doing it all by herself. We understand that she has no idea what she's doing, but she's doing a great job of it. As the ball bounces at about the 30, and they dive on it.
Tigers,
we do too. I think we got the ball.
We do, absolutely. And I want to say number 32 for the Tigers comes up with a football. And that will be
Devontae Moss.
Tay Moss, a junior linebacker, just right down the middle of the field. It bounced off several Patriots. You know, the ball didn't go very deep. That's one of the things we keep saying, that we sure do miss Carson Rayford. But we got used to him growing as a kicker and kicking the thing so deep. But now it's up to the kickoff team to really make some quick coverages. And that one was good enough to cause a fumble. And the Tigers will have their third possession of this early first quarter, already 13-0, Troup Tigers on top. 7:12 left in the first quarter, and now the Tigers start their third possession, offensive possession of the game.
Hudson stays in at the quarterback. Williams to the right side of him. Dixon comes in motion from the far side. Back to pass is Hudson. Hudson swings it out, and it's going to be dropped over on the far side, little wheel route that just didn't go anywhere.
It was actually Parnell had taken from his tight end position, had taken a two-step downfield, and he quickly ran outside. Well, Hudson threw the ball kind of behind him. He had to tail back, and it was just kind of out of reach. It was
had he caught the ball, it would be hard to come back.
It would have been. It just, the whole play looked kind of out of sync.
Trips to the right side for the Tigers as Williams stays in. There's the snap. Quickly, it's a fake to Williams. Quick pass to number 11 for the Tigers. That's Marquarius Kelly. He caught the touchdown pass a little while ago. Now he's going to run down the left side, and he's going to step out of bounds just at the 5.
He made a cut at the 5. He might have had the width of his shoe to go hit the sideline mark, and he made a cut, went in the end zone. They pulled him out with a nice toss and catch. A little bit low to Kelly, but he did a nice job at going down and getting that. At just a junior, so we see already early on that Kelly looks like he might be one of the go-to receivers so far, Jack. I know it's only early, but still, He's had like 3 catches already.
Hudson would look for Thrash, as his first checkoff every time.
Well, at least the numbers stayed the same.
Exactly. That's what I was almost said Thrash a second ago. Here come the Tigers. Hudson takes it a little bit low on the snap. Williams goes left and cuts back right. Down. Actually, they marked him. They marked him back at the 7 instead of the 5. So he gets to the 5 there.
He handed the ball off to Williams on a little motion, inside motion. Williams has to immediately plant and go back to his right as he was moving toward the Patriot sidelines. He had to plant because of penetration by the defensive line. He plants, he goes back to his right, and you get kudos to the Patriots.
Well, I think they were in a slant. They all moved to the right side on that particular
play. They made a good defensive call that time as they stopped the Tigers. It'll be second down and goal.
Here comes Hudson, takes the snap, turns, quick handoff. Oh, great penetration that time as they get us in the backfield. Number 25 for the Patriots makes that tackle. Call his name. That's Hayden Reddish, a junior linebacker.
Handoff was made to Trey Williams, and immediately he gets tackled in the backfield. And the coaches for the Tigers call a timeout. And what they've seen is, okay, we're down inside the 10-yard line, and we've had penetration, basically a blitzes from the Northside Patriots. So they decided, let's take a break. We want to discuss this.
They're going to take a break. We take one, too. 30 seconds back to the station. Tigers leading 13-0 right here on Eagle Sports.
At Wellstar West Georgia Medical Center, we believe teamwork makes all the difference in your health. We believe that skilled people can achieve higher standards and exceptional results. We believe in a game plan that's focused on patient safety and quality care. At Wellstar West Georgia Medical Center in LaGrange, we believe in life well lived. To learn more about award-winning healthcare, visit wellstar.org/WGMC.
Now back to the field for Troup Tigers football on the Eagles Sports Network.
Welcome back to Troup High School Tiger football. Jack Mormon, Greg Hicks live here from Connect Stadium. 5:58 left to go in the first quarter of play. 13-0 is your score in favor of the Troup High School Tigers. They're looking right now at about 3rd and goal. Ball rests on the 6-yard line. Tigers just called a timeout. Yeah, go ahead, Greg.
I just know that beggars can't be choosers, and I really appreciate the hand-me-down binoculars.
Well, I'm good. I like my new ones. Kobe rolls back to his left, throws to the end zone, off the fingers of his intended receiver. Oh, my goodness. That was a touchdown catch, but it was missed.
Excellent play call. It was intended for, it looks like 7 Devin Hill, or either 6.
I think it's 6
Mark Anthony Dixon.
Yep.
He had bootlegged to the left side toward the Columbus sideline for about 5 steps, and then turned around, and Mark Anthony Dixon was behind his corner, wide open on about the 2-yard line, and Kobe just threw it a little higher. Mark Anthony's not the tallest guy on the field. Threw it a little higher than he could have and probably should have, and it kind of threw Dixon off balance. Incomplete pass. We go for the the field goal attempt, and it's a little bit wide left.
Yep, that's Cole Partain was the kicker that time, so it does go wild. That's the Tigers. We'll turn it over on downs.
So the score remains 13-0 at the 5-minute, 48-second mark of the first quarter.
So, Greg, if you start to kind of list things that you're worried about, things that you want to work on for the year, we've already talked about kicking. Looks like it's going to be one of those big things that we've got to make sure we can improve on as the year goes by, because that's going to be it's the third part of the game that's so important.
Last year, the same time of the year, we had the same concern because Carson Rayford had just graduated, and a kid Helson Martinez came in off the soccer team and did a fabulous job at kicking PATs and short field goals for us. So the Tigers will find one of these 3 kickers to pan out.
The Tigers are going to take a tip ball, catch it, and turnover. They're going to get the ball back inside the 10.
That was Devin Hill that intercepted the ball from his Sam linebacker position. I want to say Andy Boykin's big right hand went up because it was really almost like a tight end dump. When Andy put his hand up, the ball went straight up in the air, Jack. We were talking about kickers at that time. Straight up in the air. Devin Hill from his Sam position intercepted it and carried 4 guys inside the 10 down to the 7-yard line. So the Tigers will have it 1st and goal at their 4th or 5th scoring opportunity here, only in the first quarter. Still 5 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the first quarter.
This will be the 4th opportunity. We're down inside the goal. So 1st and goal to go from the 7.
They came away empty last time as the Patriots kind of pinned their ears back. So let's see if the Tigers can can get a quick score here, or at least maybe take three downs to do it, as long as they're executing.
Well, they're trying out some stuff too.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's be honest. Hudson just going to hand the ball to Williams. Williams fights inside, goes into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
Right up the middle behind Will Cooley and Braxton. I want to say Braxton Pruitt. And 7 yards out, Trey Williams for the touchdown at the 5-minute and 34 mark. And the clock is still running. I don't know if the coaches see this or not, but it finally does stop at 5:29. So that'll bring the score to 19-0 for the Tigers.
I guess there's a penalty. They're bringing it back.
Let's see what the White has said. If he may have already called it, because he's pointing to the chain gang to get set up.
So let's repeat first down. All right, so there's a penalty.
He said an illegal shift is what he was saying. So that'll bring that back. The Tigers will have it first and goal from the 12-yard line. Kobe takes the snap, rolls out, sees the man in the end zone. Mark Anthony Dixon, as he rolls toward the right in tight coverage, Jack. Kobe Hudson pinpoints it for the touchdown, Tigers.
He does, and with one of those awkward throws as he comes from the backside of his arm.
He did that last year.
Yeah, and just kind of over the top of his helmet and throws a strike to the end zone. And Mark Anthony, with a much better hands this time, pulls it in, not going to miss that second shot.
Well, Kobe Hudson put it right on the mark. But, you brought up an interesting point. As soon as I saw Kobe throw the football, I'm thinking, what an awkward throwing motion, but we got so used to it doing it last year, it just kind of second nature.
Parton's going to take the shot again. Kick is up, and this time the kick is through with the extra point.
So the points go back on the board. So with the extra point, your score, Troup High Tigers 20, Northside Patriots 0. We're still in the first quarter, folks. You're listening to Eagle Sports. We'll be right back.
Yeah, it's mangled. So now what do? Well, you carry it to the Rexperts, Precision Auto Body in LaGrange. They not only have one, but they've got 2 frame racks by Car Grabber. And that means they will repair your car back to OEM specs, which anything less you wouldn't be happy with. So Precision Auto Body has the do-it-right the first-time attitude, and all the work is warranted as long as you own your car. So call Precision Auto Body first at 706-884-9292. That's 706-884-9292.
Now back to the field for Troup Tigers football on the Eagles Sports Network.
Quote of the year, this ain't about me, man. That's what Greg Hicks just told me.
Oh, come on, man.
No, it's about me. I want you to get that down, okay?
Yeah.
Troup High School Tigers, they're leading right now 20-0. As another short kick for the Tigers, taken down at the 25. Actually, it's off his hands. Now he picks it back up, runs for his life, gets out of bounds at about I guess they all get him almost to the 30.
A lot of activity on the sideline, Jack, as the tackle was being made, not only from the Patriots, but for the Tigers as well.
Well, I'm looking at 5-10. We're in the first quarter. It's 20-0. The Tigers seem to be almost going in slow motion against this Northside team. I mean, they're playing well, but things are just taking a lot of time to get developed.
Yeah,
even the handoffs. Kobe's kind of slow with his handoffs to Trey. It doesn't have that pop that we're kind of used to seeing this offense run at. It's effective, I mean, no doubt. But Northside, they've got a pretty good defense, and now their offense want to try to get something going again. They try to draw the Tigers off. Now they'll pop up, meerkat back to the sideline. Look at their coaches. They'll change a little bit. Actually, they go out of the pistol set. Kind of an offside eye. Quarterback still in the shotgun set. Man coming in motion from the far side. And they're going to jump off sides as their receiver is all the way down to the 45-yard line before the ball is snapped.
At least we know that he's running an inside
post.
Well, we know what he's running. That'll back the ball up to the 26-yard line.
That was one of those, even the defensive back starts laughing. It's like, dude, they ain't snapped the ball. I don't know what you're doing out here. So now the ball goes back to the 25-yard line. And here they come again. Make some adjustments. I think I'd just go with the first lineup that I'm in instead of making these changes. The backs roll back over to the left side now. They clap again. Quarterback toss sweep to the left side. Tigers trying to turn it inside. He gets across the 30. 35, still fighting his way across the 40 to the 41-yard line. He'll get a first down out of that.
Talking about hard hitting, Jack, Jace Godwin, you mentioned earlier when we were going over the lineups. Jace came from his free safety position, nice read, and once the tailback had broken the line, Jace came in and just hit him square, shoulder to shoulder, and brought him down on the 41-yard line.
No huddle. Go ahead.
Yeah, nice job by Northside, but again, good job by Godwin to make that tackle as well.
Toss sweep back, almost the same play, going back to the other side. Tries to cut back across the middle. He's hit hard at the 45. There's a face mask penalty. I think that's going to go against the Tigers.
Unfortunately, I want to say Zy Varner for the Tigers had on the cutback by the tailback, as you was calling, Varner reached out and you don't do it on purpose. You don't do it on purpose. And luckily, you tend to just reaction. You do let go of it. He probably held it a little bit longer than he should have, but luckily for the tailback, it does not result in any kind of injury. And so the first time, and with a penalty, and that was a 15-yard penalty, brings the Patriots into the Tiger territory.
First time across the 54 north side. Twin backs across on this side. He'll take it. Stutter step. He's going to pass the ball. Throws it across the middle. And it's going to be incomplete. He actually catches it for a second, then loses it across the 30. So they bring it back. I tell you, he's a short little dude, but he got the ball up and over all those guys pretty well that time.
Sir Morgan is certainly enjoying himself as he made the hit after the fact, after the Northside Patriots kind of shook him up. He was there, and one of the things, you don't always have to be there to hit a guy, but if you're just in the area and the receiver knows you're there, sometimes that's good enough, and that's what happened on that play.
But he did it with love. To serve with love. Never mind. We're a little too old for that joke. Across the middle once
another
again.
One. Did he intercept it again? Almost.
Real close. 4:33 left to go here in the first half. 20-0. As Northside now looking at third down with another incomplete pass. And again, with a short quarterback, he's not even throwing out routes. He's throwing right down the middle, and it's getting batted away by our big old Paul guys.
Yeah, I thought that was King Makuta, but no, that's Jordan Adams this year.
If it's King, we got a problem. There's an eligibility issue right now. Once more back line. They put a man in motion back to this near side. Calls for it, turns, going to throw it right to him. And basically he's saying, I'm catching the ball. Come and tackle me, to number 20 of the Tigers, Sir Morgan.
Well,
because the guy came in motion, turned around, stood, and said, like, had his arms out, throw it to me.
39 for the Patriots is the wideout, and he had his responsibility was to step inside and keep Morgan from going inside. And the thing about 39 for the Patriots, he's the only guy out there with fluorescent green hand gloves. So
he thought he could distract him with those.
It stuck out like a sore thumb that he made the mistake, and so that was not good because Morgan really read that ball well.
Well, I heard the kid yell, "Yes, sir!" As he was getting hit. But it was.
You think? It's going to be a long year with this.
Well, I'm trying to get them all out now so that it's preseason. Help this kid out. Punting game is what they're going to go for at Northside.
So Trey Williams will be our deep back. He'll stand at about the 8-yard line. And so the White Hats calling a timeout. So I think something's going on with the line judge. We've got
a delay of game against them. Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Well, they talked about that in one of our articles. They've gone to a 25-second clock this year. That's supposed to be consistent across the state of Georgia now. Because in some games you see a 30 here at this game. It's a 25 here at this game. So different regions are doing different things.
Okay.
It's supposed to be 25 across the board. And that's a shorter time than most of these kids are used to. There's the punt. High kick. Not bad. Fair catch called for. And we do catch it inside the 20, down to about the 14. Let's take 30 seconds. Back to the station. Tigers leading 20-0 on Eagle Sports.
It's the Bottom Line sales event, and it's happening now at Nissan of LaGrange. I am Katie Cates, and I am here to tell you that now is the time to shop for a new Nissan. We have incredible incentives, and as if that weren't enough, we are taking it one step further. We are pricing all in-stock new vehicles at dealer price. You heard me right. You pay what we pay. Visit us at nissanoflagrange.com, where we are always open to see for yourself, or come and see us in person on the Parkway. Nissan of LaGrange, your friendliest hometown dealer.
Now back to the field for Troup Tigers football on the Eagles Sports Network.
Welcome back to Troup High School Tiger football. 20-0 in favor of the Tigers with 3:22 left to go in the first quarter of play. Tigers get the ball deep in their own territory, but they're going to swing the pass out to Luke Purnell. He's going to get a first down as he goes to the right side and picks that up.
We talked about Luke Purnell in the pregame about how he's probably going to get more action, and he's already had 3 opportunities to receive a pass in this scrimmage game.
Kobe throws it across the middle and tends that for Mark Anthony Dix, who came all the way from this near side across the field. It falls incomplete, just a little bit overthrew him.
And he was in a perfect position, Jack. On an inside slant, he was behind the backers and in front of the free safety, and he was wide open. It's just a timing route for the things you have to work on. It's one thing to work on it in practice on a grass field like we have, with your guys. Now you're against another opponent. And this is the time of the year you want to try to work these bugs out.
Kobe going to make the handoff. Good job of the line fighting inside. Get across the 25 down to about the 27-yard line.
Nice job by Will Cooley, Michael Irvin, along with, again, hard numbers, but I want to say 58 for the Tigers. Braxton Truitt.
Yeah, he's our only sophomore on the front line.
Yeah, we were talking about rebuilding that line, and he is the youngest guy on the line.
Trips back to this near side. Hudson calls for it, backs up the pass, looking, throws it down the field. My gosh, he threw a bullet. Caught at the 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown Tigers. Mark Anthony Dixon with a remarkable catch.
A 76-yard toss and catch by Mark Anthony Dixon. You could see it when Mark Anthony looked back and he saw the ball coming in the air. He put it in an extra gear, Jack, and moved about 2 yards further away from the cornerback who was trying to keep speed with him. You got to understand, Mark Anthony Dixon is like the second fastest guy in Quad A last year at track for the state of Georgia. He broke away from him, and then after he caught it, he kind of slowed down, and all of a sudden, he looked back and said, he kicked him back in high gear.
Just me.
And went in the end zone with 2:27 left in the still first quarter of play.
Got a Tiger down.
Yeah, it looks like you mentioned earlier about cramps.
Dixon. Yeah, he's need a stretch.
And that could be the case, Jack.
He just ran a long way down the field.
True, but you're right. The way he was sitting on the turf and keeping his toes pointed, it has all the makings of he probably had a leg cramp. And they'll probably
think they're selling pickle pops in the concession stand.
Somebody's going to get some pickle juice in here in just a minute.
Have a nanner. So here come the Tigers. They're going to go for the point after touchdown, kicking it. This time the kicker is going to be number 85 for the Tigers, Cody Bray. Bray lines up, steps up, kick. It is up, good distance, and that is good. 27-0 with 2:27. Yes, that's all right. 2:27 left in the first quarter of play. Tigers leading 27-0. You listen to Troup High School Tiger Football on Eagle Sports.
Don't you buy no ugly shirt now.
That's right. To get a good-looking shirt just got a lot easier at Mud Creek Graphics because the creek has risen to downtown LaGrange across from Ideal Cleaners. Mud Creek Graphics' new location is perfect for you to come in and pick out your good-looking shirt and have whatever you want printed on it. So go with the flow and come visit us at Mud Creek Graphics, 211 Greenville Street in LaGrange, right behind CVS. Don't forget to like us on Facebook at Mud Creek Graphics. That's a lot more than a scratch. So now what do? Well, you carry it to the Rexperts, Precision Auto Body in LaGrange. They are a color match specialist and will wow you with the quality of the job because they have a downdraft spray booth and the experts who know how to use it. So call and get a free estimate. They will handle the insurance company paperwork and fix your car so you're happy and back on the road. Call Precision Auto Body in LaGrange at 706-884-9292. That's 706-884-9292.
Now back to the field for Troup Tigers football on the Eagles Sports Network.
Welcome back to Troup High School Tiger Football right here on Eagle Sports. The Tigers going to kick the ball off again. Getting better and better each and every time. Going all the way to 20 this time. Up 25. Hit at the 25. Loses the ball. Catches it again. Then falls down at the 26. Whoa, the Tigers are hitting hard.
You know, you just like to see that. Already we're seeing I know it's preseason, but we're seeing so much fire, pin the ears back, and fly after the football on the kickoff team.
Well, if I'm a young guy, the kickoff team is where you make your bread and butter. I mean, that's where you get a shot to be seen. Because they're going to look at that film. They're going to say, who went down the field?
Who's that kamikaze doing that? Yeah, exactly. I like that. They're looking good so far.
2:20 left to go in the first. Tigers leading 27-0 against Northside here at Cadet Stadium. Quarterback for the Northside Patriots. Hand the ball out into the line. Good surge by the line of Northside, but not enough as he's met by a host of Tiger tacklers, including big number 24 for the Tigers. That's Jordan Adams. He looked really good on that play. He stood that whole line up.
You know, we talked about Jordan Adams last year, and, you know, he wasn't a starter. He did start a couple of games late toward the end of the season when Boykin was kind of had a slight injury. But, man, he's a guy that you definitely want on your team.
Patriots put a man in motion, going to the far side. They snap for it, turns. He's going to throw it to the man in motion back behind him, and he's met by Tigers there. He'll go down after getting about 2 yards. up across the he gets across the 30, but he's not going to get up real fast as he's hurt a little bit. Kind of sandwiched in there in that play.
He's going to stay on the turf, Jack.
Yeah. Well, he's hit from one side and spun around and hit again. They're going to take a look at that young man. They might bring out the trainers. Tell you what, let's take 30 seconds back to the station and take a look at this young man, make sure he's going to be okay. Minute 26 left to go. 27-0 right here on Eagle Sports.
Yeah, it's bent, so what do you do now? Well, you call the Rexperts, Precision Auto Body in LaGrange. They are a collision repair facility, which means they are ICAR and ASE certified facility, and they're certified repair facility for most insurance companies, which this means to you, no matter if you drive a cool little car or a big old SUV, Precision Auto Body will fix it, handle all the insurance paperwork, and get you back out on the road. So call Precision Auto Body today at 706-884-9292.
Now back to the field for Troup Tigers football on the Eagles Sports Network.
Welcome back to Troup High School Tiger football, and Greg has taken a seat in honor of this young man as they're checking on him on the field. I think that's the first time you had to sit down in something other than your truck today, isn't it?
I think so, but I appreciate it. I don't, normally I'm on the sidelines, and for a guy that needs to drop off a few pounds and broke a knee several years ago, and it's wearing and taxing on you.
And my wife had a baby, okay?
Several
years ago. I'm still here.
I was looking for some sympathy, but I see a lot of small violins playing, you know what I'm saying?
Big event downtown LaGrange tonight as they have the Art Museum has an opening tonight. I know that your wife Amy, my wife Sarah, there at that event, having a good time tonight, seeing a lot of the great artwork. Also, Victoria.
Victoria, our daughter, is she's at the museum, and a lot of you guys are starting to get to know Victoria Slagle as she is. Her art has really starting to hit, and I think people are starting to recognize that she is a very talented artist.
The sidewalk stuff she's done with it.
She's a member now of the Georgia Chalk Artist Association, and she's painted sidewalks on Peachtree, and she's been down in West Point twice, and at Wild Leap for once.
You had won the Chalk Dusting Award at one time, didn't you, I think?
I put so much chalk on the field, because I was trying that line.
I was thinking about the erasers in the room back when we were in school.
Only in the 6th grade.
When they used to chalk it on the boards. Yeah, boy, that really dates us now.
I was going to say.
You can't even say whiteboards because they're all on Chromebooks now.
So you can't even play the joke when somebody scratches the blackboard. There's no such thing anymore, right?
Someone plays a bad tone on their phone. There's a snap. They're going to back up the pass, throw across the middle. Had a receiver there, but just going to overthrow him a little bit.
A good job by the Northside in that they had brought their little slot guy, and he was kind of standing in motion. And they had brought the Tigers had Marcurius Kelly, the kid that has caught a couple of touchdowns for us already, and he had been brought in as a corner, and he was kind of shadowing him and coming across. Mm-hmm. Well, he didn't realize when that kid broke the plane and took it in high gear, he was wide open behind Kelly, and had the ball been placed where it was supposed to be, he might have had 6 points out of that one.
They're going to punt the ball again. Tigers have a man deep back at the 30-yard line. If he would turn sideways, I'd let you know who that was.
Trey Williams.
Yep. Trey's going to back away from the ball. As it bounces. And I don't know exactly what number 20 Sir Morgan was doing, chasing the ball out of bounds, but it does go out of bounds.
Somebody's saying, no, sir. No, sir. And so anyway, but he probably should not have chased that ball because it could have ball bounced against him
into his face mask and
a bit of fumble. So I'm sure he'll be. And as a matter of fact, you see the coaches talking to him right now on the sidelines. Say, no, sir, no, sir. Anyway,
so the ball is at the 34 of the Tigers, and they'll take the ball 1st and 10 from there. We're at 1:09 left to go in the longest first quarter in the history of sports, 27-0. And here we go. There's the snap. Fakes the handoff. Hudson got some pressure. Rolls, turns, throws it down the field, and it's complete. Oh, my gosh, did he step out of bounds? So he stayed in bounds.
All you got to do is have 1 foot in. And,
32.
And that was Trey Williams out of the backfield. He had actually gone in motion to the right side around Michael Irvin and had just done a slant behind the linebackers and was wide open at about the 36-yard line, caught it in stride, caught it with 1 foot in bounds, and that'll take it all the way down to the 31-yard line of the Patriots with 58 seconds to go in this first quarter of play.
Kobe is so fast, it almost looks like he's just walking around the backfield as people are trying to chase him.
Yep.
He did a full 360-degree loop around and then threw the ball down the field. Back to pass again. A little bit better throw as he gets the ball down to the 25-yard line before he's taken out of bounds.
You called it, Jack.
That's Andy Boykin.
Andy Boykin, you said we're coming down. As you know, coach is going to try to get Andy Boykin a little back up behind Luke Purnell. And so the tight end position now had an opportunity for about 4 or 5 pass plays, which that's been different now that Brewer's calling offensive plays. Maybe he's incorporating that tight end more. I like it.
We're seeing trips a lot more. You usually see 2 and 2. We got 3 and 1 again tonight.
And they got Boykin in the slot. Look how big he is. He towers over everybody.
He does look like a man among boys, that's for sure. Hudson throws it down the field and is almost caught. Good defense on the far north side. I don't know why he's doing the sweeping gesture as if I stop all passes that come this way, but it does fall incomplete. A little bit short throw.
Well, he had really good inside position on Kelly. Kelly actually had to plant and come back and jump inside over him, which made it really tough. But it did hit his hands. Just a difficult catch to make.
I just don't need the safe and I'm awesome move at the end.
Right.
It
is a preseason game.
And also look at the score. Timeout called by the Tigers on a 3rd down here. They take one. We'll take one as well. We got 10 seconds left to go. So, let's go ahead and keep it here, Greg, because we're going to do a break after this. Let's keep it with us.
Right.
3rd down and about 3. Let's talk about that. Holt, of course, has left, ran an incredible offense. Scored lots of points the past several years. I think he and Tanner worked really well together. He's got a new opportunity down at Valdosta. Talking about going down to a blue chip program, playing for, with so many state championships came from the 70s and 80s down there before Parkview became really one of the big schools up in North Atlanta. But he's gone down there. The Tigers now move Brewer over to that position, and he's been working with quarterbacks. In fact, I think he gets a lot of the credit for what Kobe's been doing as a quarterback.
Well, not only that, but it goes all the way back to on the tip of my tongue.
Lynn Kendall.
No, not quite that far back. I will as we get this play going. I'll tell you in just a second.
Kobe going to air it out. Wow. Got a man wide open at the end zone and overthrows Andy Boykin.
Almost too wide open. Was that Boykin?
No, that wasn't Andy. I'm sorry. That was
Kelly. He's running back hard. We'll get your number in just a second. It's this gold numbers against this white jersey.
If they're not facing you right on, it's hard to see.
It's a single number, so it's either
maybe it's Dixon.
It could be Dixon.
Wide out on that side, yep.
But it's 4th down, and the Tigers are going for it, 4th and 4.
Kobe has the ball, turns, heads up, go get the 1st down, and step right out of bounds. Well, actually, where he marks it, he may not have got it. That's going to be the end of the first quarter. 27-0 is your score. As we end the first quarter play, we're going to listen to 3 of our sponsors, 3 spots back to the station. Then we'll come back and get you ready for the second quarter of play right here on Eagle Sports.
Calling all area coaches, high school coaches, travel ball coaches, and more. Mud Creek Team Sales is now selling sporting goods like Wilson, DeMarini, Louisville Slugger, Rawlings, and Russell for travel teams, football, baseball, basketball, soccer, and more. For more information, call Mud Creek Team Sales at 706-884-5592. Mud Creek Team Sales for all your sporting good needs.
Yeah, it's mangled. So now what do? Well, you carry it to the Rexperts, Precision Auto Body in LaGrange. They not only have 1, but they've got 2 frame racks by Car Grabber. And that means they will repair your car back to OEM specs, which anything less you wouldn't be happy with. So Precision Auto Body has the do-it-right the first-time attitude, and all the work is warranted as long as you own your car. So call Precision Auto Body first at 706-884-9292. That's 706-884-9292.
Life costs money, sometimes lots. First Franklin Financial has loans for living. Our Hogansville and LaGrange branches offer personal loans from $300 to $15,000 with payment plans to fit any budget. Stop by and meet the friendly Franklin folk at the location near you. Visit onefc.com to learn more. All loan terms and applicable APRs depend on meeting our underwriting criteria for the loan size requested and may require collateral. Georgia Residential Mortgage Licensee number 5656.
Now back to the field for Troup Tigers football on the Eagles Sports Network.
So a bit of bad luck there for the Tigers as they're going to say that Kobe actually stepped out of bounds just shy of the first down marker for the 4th down. So now it's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Patriots of Northside with the ball resting. They, of course, flip the field. The ball's resting now at the 21-yard line. Tigers are going to blitz inside and really take the running back down in the backfield. They'll lose about 3 on that. Bring up 2nd down and 12.
Jeremiah Holston in on that tackle. Of course, Andy Boykin in on an assist along with number 1, Jabraylon Gooden from his middle linebacking position. You're right. They actually lost, almost 3 yards, Jack.
A scoop and score, a safety, those are the kind of things you start to think about with this defense with a team this far down in their own territory. Northside calls for, again, low snap, and the running back gets it. He's tackled up high around the shoulder pads, brought down just over the 20, back to about where the ball was originally placed. So it's 3rd down now and 10. 11:08 left to go here in the second quarter of play. 27-0 in favor of the Troup High School Tigers. Our congratulations to Coach Chuck Gibbs and the LaGrange High School Grangers with their win last night against Kendrick. The Crawfords, both Cole Crawford catching the ball and Charles Crawford throwing the ball, looked real good last night. Sam Yates also caught a touchdown pass. Had a couple of running touchdowns as well by the Grangers. So getting that offense rolling is a great thing. Pass caught across the middle, but he'll be tackled short of the 30, back to the 28-yard line. Brings up 4th down.
Good job by Devin Hill as he's able to dive and make that shoestring tackle. You're right. Saves a 1st down run on a little reception off a slant pattern. I was going to say, is it not halftime?
No.
10-20 to go into halftime.
We get the
and your Tigers up 27-0.
Got our tech guys are playing rock, paper, scissors to see who are going to try to go get us another Diet Coke and Chick-fil-A. I think it might be the young man out.
Uh-oh.
See his hair waving in the breeze as he heads out. Waiting for the snap. There it is. He'll go side step again down the field. Bounces up high. Tigers need to get away from it. And we do. All the way down to the 25. Not a bad punt as the Tigers will have it 1st and 10 from the 25.
And actually hit a Northside player at about the 28-yard line. So that'll be, I know it's 3 yards, but hey, all 3 yards count. The Tigers will take over 1st and 10 from the 28-yard line.
They say it's a game of inches, so definitely those yards count.
You know, and speaking of game of inches, I look over and it's like, wow, look at the crowd the Tigers have brought tonight.
There's 250, 300 folks over there. Easy.
It's wonderful to see that in the pregame. It just shows they're excited for football to start.
You know, we use the inches and yards. Just imagine if the metric system had hit, how confused we'd be doing this broadcast.
Don't you know it? Yeah, we'll be
he gets
playing
a beater
Canadian
down the
football.
field.
We'll be playing Canadian football.
Oh, don't you know? Here come the Tigers down with the ball once again. Their offensive has scored just about every time. A penalty was called, but the Tigers have declined it. Tigers in the huddle. Kobe stays in at the quarterback position. We'll probably see Nick Schweitzer come in just a bit. Quickly down to the line of scrimmage. Twins to this near side. And it's going to be Williams who's going to be tripped up in the backfield. And once again, Northside, their guys are being very proud of their moves as they make a tackle, one of the first ones they've had in a while, and then act like they're in the NFL and they've just done a big deal.
Yeah, I was looking. It may have been. I'm trying to think. He looks a little shorter than Trey.
Kobe has a man in his face, makes him dodges, caught across the middle. And that's Parnell being a safety valve and does a good job of it as he'll get about 6-7 yards and brings up 3rd down. $8:52 left to go in the second quarter play. Tigers huddling up. 20 on the play clock. They'll break the huddle. Not very far from the ball.
Carlos Cato is in the backfield.
He's got it. He's running. He picks up the 1st and more across the 40-yard line.
You know, we thought that looked like Trey Williams, but I said his body's a little different. It's the first time we've seen Carlos Cato in the backfield for a long time. I mean, I don't know that he got in the backfield last year, and if he did, it was only once
he
or
ran
twice.
the ball late in the season. But, he's on the depth chart, so we just hadn't called him.
Yeah, just and the way his number's 8, but it's wrinkled up with his jersey.
Like a 3.
And it looked like a 3.
That's our story, and we're sticking to it.
That's right. Even though he is 4 inches shorter and a little bit wider. No.
It's not that we're clutching to our binoculars trying to look down the field. Covey will step up to the line. He'll call for it. A little bit low on snap. He keeps the ball. Rolls out to his left.
Oh, nice.
Looking lots of time. Just kind of tosses it out there. Throws out of bounds. Smart move. He just throws the ball away. Doesn't see anything down the field. Good coverage by the Northside Patriots that time.
Nice catch on the sidelines by Chris Hilton. Chris is a junior defensive tackle. He was standing over there amongst all the players and showed great hands catching that pass from Kobe just
And
there.
he's watching the ball game.
He had to be because he would have been hit in the head.
I remember there's many a time that I would have gotten hit at the side of the head because me and my buddy were talking about what we're going to do after the ball game. But thinking I wasn't in the ball game. There's no problems.
Well, Chris he's played several snaps on defense already, and I think the coaches are, of course, went out of bounds. So it's 7:55 left in the second quarter of play, and looks like the Tigers are going to call timeout.
So timeout is called. With 27-0 is the score. They take a timeout. We'll take one as well. Let's do 60 seconds. 2 spots back to the station. You listen to Troup High School Tiger Football on Eagle Sports.
Hi, friends. TOWD here with Kia LaGrange. This month we are featuring the workhorse, jack of all trades, the midsize SUV, the 2019 Kia Sorento. We're talking about safety, comfort, technology, and third-row seating. Right now, you can ride away in a brand-new 2019 Kia Sorento L model, only $22,990. Yep, $22,990. You can also check us out online at KiaLaGrange.com. Help support your local economy. God bless America.
Cell number 111598. Price plus tax, tag, and title. Offer good through August 31st, 2019. See Kia LaGrange for complete details.
Life costs money, sometimes lots. First Franklin Financial has loans for living. Our Hogansville and LaGrange branches offer personal loans from $300 to $15,000 with payment plans that fit any budget. Stop by and meet their friendly Franklin folk at the location near you. Visit onefc.com to learn more. All loan terms and applicable APRs depend on meeting our underwriting and income criteria for the loan size requested and may require collateral. Georgia Residential Mortgage Licensee number 5656.
Now back to the field for Troup Tigers football on the Eagles Sports Network.
Welcome back to Troup High School Tiger football as Kobe's going to throw across the middle. Complete at the 30. 25-20, still on his feet. Fighting down the 10. Tight ropes down to they're going to mark him at the 6-yard line. Tremendous throw and catch by the Tigers.
And that was Trey Williams. We kept wanting to call his name earlier. Well, Trey had moved out to the slot back and ran about an 8-yard slant, and he came across, and the corner just couldn't keep up with him, Jack. And as he winds up catching the football on the near side hash marks, close to actually the far side if you're going from the Tiger sidelines, and just all the way down inside the 10 down to the 6-yard line. What a nice toss by Hudson, a nice catch by Trey Williams out of the backfield.
Hudson's not going to be called with having the prettiest ball down the field, but he doesn't stop. He doesn't stop, set up, and throw. He's moving all the time.
Yes.
Hudson takes it, hands the ball off. They have a man in the backfield with us. We keep it and fight back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and goal.
I want to say that's Cato again, and it is. And, he avoided a tackle, like you said, a man in the backfield. He avoided that tackle, and then he hit a defensive tackle just head on. He winds up losing.
Runs like a fullback.
He does. He loses 2 yards, but you give him credit for really just lowering his head and taking on a kid bigger than he was as far as the defensive tackle.
2nd and goal from the 8, 6:30 left to go in the first half of play. A lot much quicker second quarter because everybody's learning how to work the things. 27-0 in favor of the Tigers. Man in motion goes to the far side. That leads us trips over there.
That's Nick Schweitzer. Be careful. He's maybe looking at Nick. Look, Nick's wide open.
Throws it to the corner and out throws him. Throws it too far to the side.
I was actually, Jack, pulling up my binoculars, and I saw when you said man in motion, I was like, oh, that's Nick Schweitzer. And he just sits out there alone, and Kobe was under pressure. Rare mistake by Hudson is he just didn't put it where he needed to be, but that had 6 all over it. And I'm sure Schweitzer was anxious to catch that football.
I know I'm going to fix a place at quarterback, but I'd like to catch one.
I'd like to go to get a touchdown. And he stays in the game, too. No, who is this coming out here? No, he's a wideout right here.
Yeah, Schweitzer's the wideout on this near side. Mm-hmm. Hudson takes it, rolls to his left. He's going to keep the ball and just go to the end zone. 5, Diving, goes to the end zone, touchdown, but there is a flag over here on this near side.
It looks like they're going to call it illegal motion against the Tigers. So the ball was spotted on the 8-yard line. They'll back it up to the 13 and replay that third down.
Yeah, offsides against the Tigers. Kobe just pulled that in and took off that way. And hopefully
just glided, you know.
Hopefully what you're not going to see, though, is a lot of Kobe trying to throw from that move, because it's really hard for him to turn and reset and throw. He does a lot better if he's rolling to his right and then throwing across his body.
And that the previous, going back to where Schweitzer was wide open, that's what he was doing.
Exactly.
He's chasing back toward the Troup sidelines, and so he had to kind of pull his arm back against his body where he was running, and it just, the trajectory was off, and Schweitzer made a valiant effort trying to catch it. But Schweitzer remains in the game at wideout.
Maybe he'll have a shot right now. There's the snap. Hudson throws to Schweitzer. No, not Schweitzer. It's a catch at the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
Zy Varner.
Yep.
Man on man, had trips on the far side, and Zy Varner takes his corner and just takes him inside and cuts outside, and Hudson puts it right in the back corner of the end zone.
Exactly where he could catch it.
Exactly where Zy Varner, and only Zy Varner, could catch it. So another touchdown for the Tigers, 33-0 with 4:45 remaining until halftime. We're just in the second quarter, guys, and the Tigers have really had to put on a good offensive display. But, you know, they've also put on a good defensive display as well, Jack.
They have Schweitzer's going to be doing the holding this time, as the Tigers will attempt to put the points on after. Snap, hold, kick is up, and the kick is good. As long as it goes through, that's all we want. So Tigers, at 34-0 is your score with 4:45 left to go. Let's take 30 seconds back to the station on Eagle Sports.
Hi friends, TOWD here with Kia LaGrange. This month we are featuring the workhorse, jack of all trades, the midsize SUV, the 2019 Kia Sorento. We're talking about safety, comfort, technology, and third row seating. Right now you can ride away in a brand new 2019 Kia Sorento L model, only $22,990. Yep, $22,990. You can also check us out online at KiaLaGrange.com. Help support your local economy. God bless America.
Stock number 111598. Price plus tax and title. Offer good through August 31st, 2019. See Kia LaGrange for complete details.
Now back to the field for Troup Tigers football on the Eagles Sports Network.
4:45 left to go in the second quarter of play, first half. 34-0 is your score. As they have a man all the way back to the 10, but probably the two guys at the 20 will do the work. We haven't kicked it real deep tonight. Something we're going to continue to work on. Here come the Tigers. This time is 88 Partain. Taking the ball, high kick. Taking it to 20, 25, 30. Still on his feet, across the 35. Gets the crowd excited to the 45-yard line. The best return of the night for Northside.
You know, I like that about Northside. No quit, and they had just a blink of an opportunity, and they picked up a 35 to 40-yard gain back outside the 45 to the 47-yard line. Some of their best position, other than a penalty that put them over in Tiger territory earlier in the first quarter. This may be the best field position they've had so far.
Best natural field position so far. So here comes Northside. They'll put twins to the right side, a man wide this near side. Quarterback claps for it, takes it, toss sweep to the right side, cuts inside, gets to the 50, a gain of 4, second down. 4:16, 4:15, time ticking down, 34-0 as we mentioned.
As Luke has pointed out just a few minutes ago, the sun is all the way down behind the trees. Very nice. You've turned the lights off in the booth, so it's much clearer now.
I can see clearly now, the sun is gone. Twins to this near side, man wide right. North side quarterback calls for it. Going to roll out, he's got a man in his face, and he's going down. Kind of pumped like he's going to try to throw the ball, but he keeps it. He goes down a big sack back on the other side of the 40 to the 38.
Andy Boykin chases him down, and he quarterback pumps one time, and his wideout actually took a step back and was going to try to get behind the corner, but he couldn't release until Boykin tore him down. So that'll bring the ball back, 7-yard loss back to the 39-yard line.
Mm-hmm.
To be third down and 17 for the Patriots. The clock runs at 3:15 left in the second quarter. Your Tigers up 34-0.
Northside still in the pistol set. Backs off to the right side of the quarterback. He takes it, turns. Got a lot of guys around him. Throws across the middle. Real short pass. Falls incomplete.
A lot of Tigers putting pressure on him. They just had caved in that offensive line, Jack, and almost intercepted.
He'll die for it.
Yeah. It was right at Devin Hill, and that was one of those passes that was caused only by so much pressure by the Tigers.
So 4th down, and they punt the ball again. 2:35 left to go. Time's ticking. 34-0. Waiting for the snap. There it comes. Nice high snap. Turns, and there's the kick. No pressure on that. We're just getting returns going. Caught. Fair catch back at the 25-yard line. That's where the Tigers will have it 1st and 10. We'll keep it here with 2:14 left to go. 34-0. As we go into halftime, we'll talk about the first half of play. Greg and I will also have a little discussion about the polls. Where do they see the Tigers across the state? What do they say about this region, Region 5, which Greg and I have dubbed the SEC of high school football, and I hear people using that term all over the place. We seem to have coined something that people agree with.
Did I get royalties off that?
I am.
Well, thank you. I was wondering why I couldn't pay my water bill last week.
It's an odd Diet Coke here and there. That's about it. So here come the Tigers. It's Schweitzer at quarterback this time. And he's going to keep the ball. And that surprises everybody except Schweitzer.
Schweitzer's a senior this year. I wanted to call him Mr. Smooth in the spring game. You just couldn't rattle him. He stayed in the pocket really nice, and he will stay in there to take a hit if necessary. So good to see him in. And with 1:44 and the clock's ticking, we felt like we might see him a little sooner than this, but we did. We saw him at wideout, but we thought we might see him at quarterback a little bit sooner.
Slowly working his way into that position. Fakes the handoff. He's on a pass. Got a little pressure. Throws it onto the sideline. Kind of throws it away.
We do have, just looking, without even me looking at the offensive line, I can tell by the way they're running. We've got several new offensive linemen in there now. We'll need to get the binoculars on them and kind of give you some ideas of who's playing that offensive line. Because, in theory, they shouldn't play any different when Schweitzer's in there than when Hudson's in there. But you can just tell there's a couple of newer guys in there, and I'll give you some numbers here in a minute.
Well, Cleve Hancock, we talked about, there's
that left tackle.
He's a big young man as a sophomore. He's in there. Here come the Tigers. Schweitzer stays in at quarterback. He'll take the snap, put the handoff back, straight up to pass. Good blocking this time. He spun out in the pocket, though, looking, still on his feet. Throws down the field, looking, and is caught on the far side.
They're going to say he was out of bounds, but wow, what a nice catch.
I thought he had stepped out as he was trying to make the catch.
Uh-oh. And there's so much going on, I wouldn't be surprised if it was holding.
Or illegal man downfield.
He looks like he held up a holding sign. Yep, that's what it is. But at any rate, wow. Luke, don't go to sleep on us now. 35 seconds to go until halftime with a penalty. And for a preseason game, Jack, there's not been a lot of penalties, let's say. I mean, probably a handful, but it could have been a lot more. Something that both teams will get a chance to work on.
I won't wake him up sitting for a Diet Coke and a Chick-fil-A. That'll wake him up. Tigers quickly back on the field. Tide taking down after the penalty. So 3rd and about 14 for the Tigers. 30 seconds left to go in the first half. Waiting. We're going to have to hurry to get this one off. 12, 11 seconds. There's a snap. Schweitzer looking to pass. Throws across the middle. And it's called incomplete.
We had one of the receivers break one way, one stand there, and Schweitzer threw it right between them. So they'll probably go back to the sideline and discuss who should have done what on that one.
So now Northside will get the ball with the best field position they've had the entire contest as the Tigers.
With 12 seconds left. Hopefully we'll get a good punt off this time.
So quickly to the line are the Tigers, ready to punt the ball. Trying to see who that is punting the ball. Here we go. There 12 seconds left to go. And the play's whistled dead again. Are they saying a delay? Well, I'm not sure what they're saying. I guess delay a game, they'll back them up 5. All right, let's try it again. 4th down. All right, here we go. Everybody's reset. There's the snap. Steps up. Gets the kickoff. Short. Bounces. Goes straight up to 50. Rolling down to about the 45-yard line. 2 seconds left to go on the clock. So Northside will come out and more than likely just take a knee and be done with it. Actually got a player, Northside player down. Down at about the 27-yard line. Young man just kind of flat on his back there. Hope he's okay. So we mentioned just 2 seconds left to go in this first half. 34-0 is your score in favor of the Troup High School Tigers. The ball will rest at the 45-yard line of the Troup High School Tigers. And it looks like the young man's going to be able to sit up under his own power, which is exactly what we want. Gosh, you don't want anybody getting hurt in a preseason game such as this. You want to see everybody come out of this hole and healthy and feeling good. There he goes. He's walking off under his own power.
That means a lot. He's and with 2 seconds left, hopefully they'll just take a knee and take it in and discuss it. Because what you don't want in a preseason game is try to make something happen with 2 seconds.
Especially if you're down 34-0. It's not like you need a spark going into halftime.
No. It's damage is done already. And it looks like that may be what to do because they got a fresh quarterback in there. I don't think number 6 has number 6 been there?
He's been there,
All right.
He just turned this way when you actually see his number. So we'll wait for it. Calls for the snap, takes it, turns, hands the ball off. Actually, fakes the handoff, keeps it, and goes down shy of the 50. So pads his stats just a little bit. 34-0 is your score in favor of the Troup High School Tigers. We're going to listen to 4 of our sponsors, at least 4. If you need to run a few more, feel free. But at least 4 of our sponsors as we go into halftime. It's the Tigers in this preseason game here at Cadet Stadium against the Northside Patriots. Are leading 34-0. You're listening to Troup High School Tiger football on Eagle Sports.
If you need medical treatment at the highest level and want care that's personal, turn to WellStar. We offer the latest procedures at Georgia's first certified comprehensive cardiac center, along with an innovative approach to fighting cancer, where specialists collaborate to accelerate diagnosis and treatment. We're also home to a top-level stroke program that performs life-saving operations every day. At WellStar, we care for the whole you. Learn more at wellstar.org.
It's the Bottom Line sales event, and it's happening now at Nissan of LaGrange. I am Katie Cates, and I am here to tell you that now is the time to shop for a new Nissan. We have incredible incentives, and as if that weren't enough, we are taking it one step further. We are pricing all in-stock new vehicles at dealer price. You heard me right. You pay what we pay. Visit us at nissanoflagrange.com, where we are always open to see for yourself, or come and see us in person on the Parkway. Nissan of LaGrange, your friendliest hometown dealer.
Isn't life crazy? One day your fender gets dented by a runaway shopping cart. The next day, your kid's college entrance exam is a runaway success.
Yes, I got accepted.
But that's life. Some days you're the bug, some days you're the windshield. No worries, your State Farm agent is here in all of life's moments, the good and the not so good, to help life go right. So good day, bad day, any day, let's talk.
State Farm agent Matt Orr on the square in downtown LaGrange.
Calling all area coaches, high school coaches, travel ball coaches, and more. Mud Creek Graphics is now selling sporting goods like Wilson, DeMarini, Louisville Slugger, Rawlings, and Russell for travel teams, football, baseball, basketball, soccer, and more. For more information, call Mud Creek Graphics at 706-884-5592. Mud Creek's for all your sporting good needs.
Now back to the field for Troup Tigers football on the Eagles Sports Network.
Welcome back to Troup High School Tiger football. As you can hear in the background, we'll turn up the crowd noise a little bit here. That the drums out there, they're making all kinds of noise, having a good time. We're proud of the Tigers tonight, 34-0 so far in this first half of play. As we've seen the Tiger offense be exactly what it's been all season long last year. Tigers actually taking some chances, doing some things that maybe they wouldn't normally do, trying out some things. We've seen, I'm just looking about formations, Greg. We saw the single setback along with Kobe a lot last year. We didn't see a lot of movement last year. We've seen a little bit of movement this year, bringing the slot receiver. We've seen a guy like Andy Boykin stepping in at the tight end. Also, it's just kind of like a little bit wider tight end as well. So he's not right there traditionally where you'll see right off the tackle. So we've seen them change up a little bit of things.
Right.
Schweitzer comes in towards the end of the second quarter, almost like the end of the second half, it seems. And really primarily throws the ball. I think he only had one handoff that he gave.
Right.
But they were looking to kind of have him air it out a little bit. He's got a little rush to shake off and try to get back to the speed of a game speed. Game speed and practice speed, two different things.
Mm-hmm. Well, sure, and, when Schweitzer did come in, I've seen in the past where Glisson has made just small incremental substitutions. This time he brought the entire offensive second string in as far as the offensive we don't want to say second string, the number twos, if you will, because depth chart nowadays you say number two, number threes, but
next man up.
Yeah, and you could just see they wasn't in sync like the first team was, or the number ones were, and so that played a little bit into it. Schweitzer was under pressure the 3 or 4 times he did drop back to pass. In the last pass, you could see that there was a little bit of misunderstanding. I mean, he had good time at that time. The offensive line was holding him out. It was just, I believe it was between him and the 2 wideouts as to what they were supposed to be doing, and that'll get corrected. But, it's the kind of game that, we don't want to come away saying, and of course we're far from over, but we can say that the varsity portion of this game is over. And so we can say, hey, it was good. It was a good preseason matchup. No way we're going to say this is a big win for anybody because it's just preseason. And it's the only game we have preseason. The season starts for the Tigers in 2 weeks. But, a lot of times they've had a few penalties they've got to check out and a few miscommunications, even with Kobe at quarterback. A couple of miscommunications. And same thing, he had an opportunity to score with Mark Anthony in the corner of the end zone. Overthrew him. Had an opportunity to hit Nick Schweitzer wide open that you and I could have caught it. Threw
behind him a little bit.
Threw it behind him a little bit. So, yeah, you got a lot of – I see a lot of opportunity. A lot of good things happen, but there's also a lot of opportunity as well.
We'll talk about the scoring in the first half when we come back. Let's take 4 spots back to the station. You're listening to Troup High School Tiger Football on Eagle Sports.
To beating injuries or ailments, get the right team. Emory Southern Orthopedics, well-trained, experienced doctors, nurses, and staff are that team. These teammates listen and understand your specific condition and provide high-quality hometown care that will get you back into your game. For more information about Emory Southern Orthopedics team, visit www.southernorthopedics.com.
Life costs money, sometimes lots. First Franklin Financial has loans for living. Our Hogansville and LaGrange branches offer personal loans from $300 to $15,000 with payment plans to fit any budget. Stop by and meet the friendly Franklin folk at the location near you. Visit oneffc.com to learn more. All loan terms and applicable APRs depend on meeting our underwriting and income criteria for the loan size requested and may require collateral. Georgia Residential Mortgage Licensee number 5656.
That's a lot more than a scratch. So now what do? Well, you carry it to the Rexperts, Precision Auto Body in LaGrange. They are a color match specialist and will wow you with the quality of the job because they have a downdraft spray booth and the experts who know how to use it. So call and get a free estimate. They will handle the insurance company paperwork and fix your car so you're happy and back on the road. Call Precision Auto Body in LaGrange at 706-884-9292. That's 706-884-9292.
You're listening to an Eagles Nest Incorporated station, Eagle Sports, WLAG AM LaGrange, and W245AW FM LaGrange.
Now back to the field for Troup Tigers football on the Eagle Sports Network.
Welcome back to Troup High School Tiger football. We're at halftime, 34-0. I want to take a moment to thank our folks at Glenn. Get ready to smile at Glenn Smith Chevrolet. They've been our kickoff sponsor tonight. As we kick off the second half, we'll be talking about them again. But appreciate them and want you to head down and visit our friends there at Glenn Smith Chevrolet. They are ready to make you smile. Of course, they're in Opelika, which is just a short drive down 85. So feel free to head down there and visit our friends at Glenn Smith Chevrolet Buick GMC in Opelika, Georgia.
Opelika, Alabama.
You're right. I don't know why I said Opelika, Georgia. Is there an Opelika, Georgia?
There probably is, but I've never been there.
It's a big state. Let's take a look at some of the scoring. The Tigers, except for maybe 2 times they have scored every time they've had the ball, the Tigers began with they kicked the ball off to us. There was a penalty on the play. They backed us up 5. We got it, ran it back pretty well, and then it was Hudson to Kelly, Marquavius Kelly, on a 4-play drive with 11:02. Only just a few minutes off the clock. It's already 6-0. We missed the PAT. But you know what, Greg? That's another thing. That's the only PAT we've missed in the ball game, too, was the first one.
That's a good point.
The Northside got the ball again, punted it. Hudson returned it across to the 47. Okay. I'm getting a message there from our friends, and I just didn't realize what was going on there. Looking again, the Tigers were able to get the ball with Hudson across the midfield to the 47. Tigers struck quickly. It was this time Kobe Hudson had a touchdown run. 13-0 was the score. But on that series, Kobe had a sack. Took a sack in that play, which was a wise one. We've seen him throw the ball away once. We've seen him take a sack. Sometimes a sack is really a play and a drive-saving thing you can do.
That's right.
Instead of losing the ball with something that's just silly.
Well, you're right. And, one of the things that he did do, and I'm sure the coaches had a conversation on immediately when they pulled him, as soon as it changed the possessions, is that even though the whistle was blowing and he was in the grass, he still made the attempt to throw it where he should have just tucked the ball and fall down with it because he was down and the whistle was blowing because it got intercepted, and it just doesn't look good. It's just one of those. You want to make sure that you don't do that anymore. It's discipline because it's a mindset. You don't want to get later in the season and your mind tells you to throw the football and you really need to tuck it, take one, because you know what? You can always live to play one more down. If you throw an interception, the momentum swings, and if it's a crucial close game, you need to make sure you're playing fundamental football.
Unless it's 4th down.
Well, true that.
The Tigers kicked the ball off, and they fumbled it. We got the ball back. We again drove down. We ended up having to kick the ball back. Then Devon Hill, it's an interception. The ball is tipped by one of the Tiger players up front. He catches it. I guess an interception. And then the Tigers are able to drive down and go ahead and score.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was Dixon that got the touchdown that time. Dixon had another one to get us to 27-0. Punts are pretty much all Northside has done. About 3 plays on a punt, 3 plays on a punt. They did have one drive that got across the 50 at one point. But then late in the second quarter, we get another touchdown there. I think it's Zy Varner that gets that one. So now that's where we are, 34-0. And the Tiger offense is just rolling. The Tiger defense looks very, very powerful. We've let a couple of receivers get behind us. That's the only thing I'm a little bit concerned about. But I have seen them just do some really good things flying around the field.
Well, defensively too, we had at least 2 batted balls up in there. One of them was for an interception, and one of them was almost for another interception. But defensive line has played outstanding. Your starters have come in, and I've noticed on the defensive line, not so much on the offensive line, but notice on the defensive line that coaches has moved people in and out, keeping some fresh legs. It's exactly what they've done the last several years. Is they have 3 or 4. You got your starters, but your number 2s, especially on that D line, because you want to keep fresh legs on that D line, and they've done a really good job at Chris Hilton being one of them. Has come in and played some good series for the Tigers tonight. But again, we go back on the offensive side of things. We were talking about Kelby Holt, who was the offensive coordinator for Glisson for 4 years now. This is Tanner Glisson's 5th year as the head coach at Troup High School, and Holt has. When you have a successful program, unless you've got a tremendous booster club, you're going to lose some coaches, And Holt goes down to Valdosta, and of course, what do? You promote up Paul Brewer, who's been the quarterback coach, and we talked earlier about his input and the development of Kobe Hudson.
Montez Crow as well.
Goes all the way back to Montez Crow, who had over 5,000 yards passing his senior year. That wouldn't have happened had it been not for both Paul Brewer and Kelby Holt. And so Paul was a natural selection to being moved up to offensive coordinator. And you mentioned some of the different formations. One of the things that's noticeable that you and I talked about coming down is that we're going to get hopefully we'll get the tight end more involved.
Yeah.
Well, between Purnell and Boykin, who came in and played at least one series late in the second quarter at tight end, they've had about 5 opportunities to receive the ball. In the past, you might have got one.
Yep.
And so that's a good thing.
And it was the same
mixes
play.
it up. Yeah, it mixes it up really good. So
it was the tight end down the middle. It's pretty much
that's a good point. We've had some slant. We've had some little delayed out in the flats. So it's nice to see a little bit of different mixture, at least in this preseason game so far.
I agree. Let's take a break. 34-0 is your score. We'll talk about the polls and where the Tigers fall when we come back. You're listening to Troup High School Tiger Football on Eagle Sports.
Hi, Jonathan Moose Map here from Glenn Smith Chevrolet Buick GMC in Opelika, Alabama. Get ready to smile. This is your invitation to our Customer Appreciation Open House and ribbon cutting on Saturday starting at 10 a.m. We want to say thank you to all of our many friends and customers and invite new customers to join the Glenn Smith family.
Online 24/7, 365 at glennsmith.com. That's GLYNN Smith.com.
A Southern tradition since 1945, that's Rogers Barbecue and Catfish House. You can find them at 117 New Franklin Road in LaGrange. So when you're ready for lunch, Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., come to Rogers Barbecue and Catfish House for meat, 2 vegetables, and a bread, dessert, and drink for only $7.29. That's a big lunch for a small price. So when you're ready for a delicious barbecue and only U.S. farm-raised catfish, make your way to 117 New Franklin Road in LaGrange for Rogers Barbecue and Catfish House for a great meal.
My whole business just went up in flames, but my agent was there before the fire was out. We started a plan. I've got 25 employees who could be out of a job if we didn't get this place running again. My independent agent and auto owners insurance, they made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll. That's incredible.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there.
An injury can be a game changer. That's why Houston physicians are on the sidelines providing immediate care to athletes after an injury. Houston physicians have been on the sidelines of football games since Dr. Houston started the tradition 60 years ago with the Auburn Tigers. The Houston Sports Medicine team provides high school pre-participation physicals, sideline coverage, and Saturday morning injury clinics at the Jack Houston Memorial Hospital during football season. An injury can be a game changer, and immediate evaluation care can be a game changer too. Contact the LaGrange Houston Clinic at 706-884-3274.
Now back to the field for Troup Tigers football on the Eagle Sports Network.
Welcome back to Troup High School football. Just giving you 4 of our great sponsors there. Don't want to give more than that. That's just too much. 34-0 is our score as the Troup High School Tigers are taking on Northside, the Patriots, right here in Columbus, Georgia. One of the things that you've heard a lot about if you've been following the Troup High School Tigers is how so many of them have been such a huge part of the state picture and in some kinds the national picture. Cozy Hudson and one of the top recruits in the state of Georgia. But some other guys, Greg, have been getting some pub as well. I think to AJC's Maxwell Preps as they looked at the top recruits, the top players in the state in Quad A, in both offense and defense. And you're going to find some folks, not just from Troup High School, but from our region all over that.
Well, you're looking at the Quad A players you got from Chapel Hill, you've got Zaire Flournoy, offensive line. You've got Jonah Gamble from Cartersville. You've got Hudson from Troup. That's just in our region, so 3 of the 11. Then over on the defensive side, you've got Boykin from Troup. You've got Jordan Mitchell. I think he's a transfer into Sandy Creek, big D1 prospect. You've got Braden Swinson from Chapel Hill. You've got Devin Hill, our linebacker from Troup. You've got Brian Branch, who's a linebacker transfer in. We talked about that coming down, transfer into Sandy Creek. You ask, well, where's Sandy Creek been in the polls? Where have they been the last 3 or 4 years? They've been kind of, ever since Chip Walker left and goes down to Noonan, Sandy Creek has kind of just fallen off. Well, I think the leadership up there is tired of them being falling off, so they went out and recruited a little bit and got some extra players. And so now they're actually preseason ranked 4th in the Quad A polls. But you've got Marco Dudley from Cartersville. So,
Greg, back up on that, because I think that this is a place where our our fortunes as the Troup High School Tigers and the fortunes of Sandy Creek are intermixed.
Yeah.
It was and Tanner mentioned it on Andrew Caraway's podcast last week.
That's right.
When the Tigers traveled to homecoming for Sandy Creek and were able to beat them and kind of really begin the Glisten mission, that set Sandy Creek on a different trajectory as well.
It did. Well, it was. I think it's Brett Garvin's first year head coach right after Chip Walker had left, and we came in as the homecoming opponent. So in all rights, and let's face it, it's just in our second.
We had a 1-9 season the previous year,
and so we really hadn't, didn't deserve any other kudos, any other credibility. Well, we came in and kind of shocked them, and we came in ready. They came into a typical homecoming lull, which you can never underestimate your opponent, particularly at homecoming.
No.
And you're right, that set Troup on a different 2.5-year trajectory. So did it do with Sandy Creek, except their direction was going downward and our direction was going upward. And I think the powers that be, like say up at the creek, have decided to change that. So now, where it has been in the last 2 years, especially Troup and Cartersville kind of looking as if they would be 1 and 2 in the region. Now you've got Sandy Creek that comes in preseason number 4. It's like, all right, where'd they come from? We didn't plan on them being in the mix for a while. And anyway, I'm sorry.
I messed with Greg's phone, folks. I apologize. Let's put a self-portrait of him on this.
Don't do it.
Home screen.
Don't do it.
He didn't really care for that.
No, I didn't. Anyway, that's embarrassing, man. Anyway, so yeah, we but a good idea. Preseason Super 11 AJC pick in Kobe Hudson, only the second Tiger player in Tiger history. We go way back to '96 when Stephen Herndon was selected to the AJC Super 11, and he went on to play at Georgia and had a fine college career, and I think he played in Europe for a year or two and came back to the NFL. Played at Denver, and I think he played at the Falcons for a year or so. And my facts could be a little off, but I know he had 3 to 4 or 5 years in the NFL, so he did a good job. And then now you've got Kobe Hudson some 20 years later, 22, 23 years later, whatever, that he's now our second Super 11 Atlanta Journal-Constitution. And when I say Super 11, for you guys who are not familiar with that, the Atlanta Journal-Constitution yearly picks 11 athletes from across all classifications of high school, not just Quad A that we happen to be in.
Right.
So with that, we're going to take a short break. We're going to come back in about 60 seconds for the second half kickoff here from Cadet Stadium. You listen to Eagle Sports.
State Farm, Kathy here.
Hey, it's Mike. My team just pulled off the biggest upset ever.
Nice, Mike.
And some fans are getting crazy. They even flipped over a car.
Whoa.
Turns out it's my car, though.
Oh.
But I don't want to be upset right now. I want to know State Farm's going to take care of this, right?
We got you covered, Mike.
Yes! Woo!
Go with the one that's here to help life go right. State Farm.
Your State Farm agent is Matt Orr on the square in downtown LaGrange.
Life costs money, sometimes lots. First Franklin Financial has loans for living. Our Hogansville and LaGrange branches offer personal loans from $300 to $15,000 with payment plans to fit any budget. Stop by and meet the friendly Franklin folk at the location near you. Visit oneffc.com to learn more. All loan terms and applicable APRs depend on meeting our underwriting and income criteria for the loan size requested and may require collateral. Georgia Residential Mortgage Licensee number 5656.
Midsize SUV, the 2019 Kia Sorento. We're talking about safety, comfort, technology, and third row seating. Right now, you can ride away in a brand new 2019 Kia Sorento L model, only $22,990. Yep, $22,990. You can also check us out online at KiaLaGrange.com. Help support your local economy. God bless America.
Stock number 111598. Price plus tax, tag, and title. Offer good through August 31st, 2019. See Kia LaGrange for complete details.
Don't you buy no ugly shirt now.
That's right. To get a good-looking shirt just got a lot easier at Mud Creek Graphics because the creek has risen to downtown LaGrange across from Ideal Cleaners. Mud Creek Graphics' new location is perfect for you to come in and pick out your good-looking shirt and have whatever you want printed on it. So go with the flow and come visit us at Mud Creek Graphics, 211 Greenville Street in LaGrange, right behind CVS. Don't forget, to like us on Facebook at Mud Creek Graphics.
Now back to the field for Troup Tigers football on the Eagles Sports Network.
34-0 is your score here at Gannett Stadium. It's the Troup High School Tigers taking on Northside Patriots. We're here in the preseason game as Northside's yet to come out on the field yet. The Tigers are there waiting, ready to kick this thing off. Still got some cool kind of hip-hop jazz going on there in the background. I think that's how Luke would describe it. He hasn't produced that particular artist, I think, but he's working on it.
We're going to have Luke the band come to play next week. While we're not here, he's going to be playing.
This would be a good venue.
Yeah, I think so. Let's do it. But, yeah, 34-0 at halftime. Good looking if you're just joining us, if you've been in and out. It's been really all Tigers for the first half, really both offensively and defensively. Just really good. Yeah, they've made some mistakes, but what a nice looking offense so far. We'll take this. We'll take the scoring that they've produced, and we'll take the defensive stats. So the Tigers are lined up to kick off, and Northside at this moment only has one.
Well, we're not going live with kicking. We're just kicking off to one guy. Yeah, they are. Up back's going to take it at the 30-yard line.
Okay.
And now they'll be bringing their guys out. So our kicking team comes on the field, kicks the ball, but really doesn't kick to anyone since we're not going live in the second half on the kicking.
Well, they're going to spot the ball on the 30-yard line, so it'll be first down and 10 for the I was going to say the New England Patriots, for the Northside Patriots.
Well, Tom Brady's not on the field.
That's true. But the third quarter is meant to be JV. So we'll try to get you all these as we've got mostly fresh young men in on defense for the Tigers.
New quarterback for Northside as well. They'll snap it to him. He'll turn, and he'll keep it rolling around the outside. And, whoa, this second-team Tiger defense jumping on them quick.
I begin to wonder, or do we have any subs in here, Jack? But you're right. It's all well,
big 99 Isaiah Cox led tacklers from his right down lineman, really nose guard position. And he just was like a huge wave coming over the top of that group.
I mentioned 42 Chris Hilton earlier. He is a backup defensive lineman. He is obviously going to get some JV playing time as he's in one of the down four linemen defensively for the Tigers.
Northside will snap the ball again, take it, quickly hand off, and quickly get hit right at the line of scrimmage by a host of Tiger tacklers, including Cox, who we mentioned again, and also number 40 for the Tigers in on that tackle. And that is Tay Herndon, senior defensive lineman.
Now, when I say JV, it's not necessarily sophomores. It could be juniors and seniors that just haven't developed enough
broken through
to get some significant playing time, and the coaches have agreed to that. So, yes, they do get an opportunity to play JV throughout the year to get them some playing time. So thought we had some movement by the Tiger defense, but it turned out, Jack, the
Patriots stream off sides.
That's exactly what's going to happen.
So just as we got some young guys on the line for the Tigers, young guys on the line for New England. You got me doing it now.
I'm sorry.
Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious.
Only if we were playing the New England Patriots.
At least our new friend from Long Island, he's kind of got us talking weird up here.
He's talking about getting some tea later.
Yeah, don't you know. You guys, we're going to jump off sides that time. My gosh.
That's more Boston, I think.
It is.
Hunter Goodwin, our sophomore linebacker, was all in the face of the quarterback, and of course we're called for offsides. But I don't know that it was Goodwin that actually was offsides, but he certainly made the most of it getting in the backfield.
And the Tigers are going to jump off again. These young Tigers struggling with that little clap call that they're doing. I mentioned watched a little bit of preseason football. Colin Murray with Arizona got in trouble with that.
Big 99 for the Tigers. Let me get you his name.
Isaiah
Cox jumped off for a second time, so the coaches immediately pull him out and let somebody else come in. I'll get you his number.
Tigers showing some blitz across the middle. And we jump off sides again.
The third time in a row. That'll come from 39 for the Tigers, and that would be Jacob Bailey, a freshman. And he is playing the right defensive end. I'll make sure I get these numbers right as we said.
Actually, I think he was.
You say he was, all right.
All right, let's wait till the ball is snapped this time, guys. It's right down there. They actually meerkat up, look back to the sideline, turn around, and now they might run a play. Third down, they've gotten 3 penalties against the Tigers in a row. And now they jump both sides. Oh, my goodness gracious.
That's the best. Actually, I want to say that was DeMonte Reed, number 34, sophomore outside linebacker that jumped offside. They're actually moving it back, so that was against Northside. So we've had 2 offensive illegal motion penalties by Northside and 3 to 4 by the Tigers in this one little series, and it's 3rd and 7.
7:44 left to go in the third quarter of play. 34-0 in favor of the Troup High School Tigers. And they snap the ball. He throws, actually looks to throw, flush out of the pocket, back to the near side, falls down short of the 35. He's got to get across the 4 for first down, so that's going to bring up 4th down, and more than likely they'll punt it away.
Chris Hilton for the Tigers, along with number 35, Dennis Merida, a sophomore defensive lineman, was in there to make that tackle. And Merida actually came from his opposite end and chased the quarterback down. So good speed for Merida and his defensive line. So it'll be 4th down. Tigers defense is running off the field. And rather than punt it, they're just going to move the ball. Probably going to spot it on the 30-yard line.
They just flip the field on them.
What a nice punt it was, though.
High spiraling kick. Oh, my goodness. Dandy Don, can you believe that kick?
No, I can't.
You know, really, I got to start getting some references from the 21st century instead of back to Monday Night Football. That's not real good. 6:56 left to go, 34-0.
It looks like Nick Schweitzer will start this session here at quarterback for the Tigers.
I think you're exactly right, Greg. A tall sweep around the left side. Tigers stretching it out, trying to get to the corner. He does not.
Looks like that was Carlos Cato, number 8, on the tall sweep.
I say he does not, Greg, but we did get some upfield motion. That's about a 5-yard gain because our linemen are driving on that left side.
That's right.
So while we didn't get to the corner and get the big yards we were looking for, that's a nice play for 5 yards.
Absolutely. Speaking of linemen, let's see if we can gather you some names.
Going back this side with the tall sweep. We get to the corner a little bit better this time. Cut up field. Nice stop blocking outside to the 40. So 1st down for the Tigers.
Nice job downfield by number 73 for the Tigers. Offensive lineman Bryson Williams, a sophomore. I was just kind of pinpointing him, and he is looks like our left.
They'll call him short.
Our right guard, and Bryson just watched him came off and scraped off the linebacker and went all the way down to the free safety and did a nice job going downfield to block for the Tigers.
There's the snap. Handoff into the line.
Little trap play.
Across the 40. That will be a 1st down.
Speaking of Bryson Williams, he just simply pulled from his right guard, jumped up, and it wasn't really a pull play more than was just a little slide play where he stands up, slides around, and creates a kind of a modified trap is what I would call it.
Yeah, Cato with a 1st down there for the Tigers running the ball.
Good.
Schweitzer stays in at the quarterback. 1st down for him. A little bit of a high snap as the handoff into the backfield. And brought down just shy of the 50-yard line is number 32 for the Tigers. He's the ball carrier this time, Devontae Moss.
And I'm just kind of keying in on that offensive line, Jack. A lot of movement. When we go to the right side, the left guard will pull over. We go to the right side, the right guard pulls over. The opposite guard pulls over the directions you're going. It's kind of neat. A lot of motion. And what that does, that sets up future plays, as you see now.
Yeah, we're off sides. We kind of, our right end kind of leaned too far and kind of fell over and drove the motion call.
Eli Jones, number 72, our freshman left guard, was simply he took his nice back step and was pulling toward the right. And it doesn't always indicate a running play. You can do that to draw the linebackers off.
This helps, too, and they've got only a 3-man front. So we've got a really good statistical you get more guys on that side of the ball to take as the running back, free them up a little bit better on that side. Schweitzer back to pass. Actually, he's going to run it. Runs by one of his blockers, gets across the 45. Going to get, they're going to mark him at the 47-yard line. 3rd down.
Nice job by senior offensive lineman Caleb Leslie, number 75. One of the biggest, really probably the biggest guy on the field now. He's a right tackle. Did a nice job at pulling out and giving Nick Schweitzer, who is he stands up at about 5'11", 160 maybe.
Quick handoff by the Tigers. Breaking some yardage to the 50, 45. down to the 40-yard line. Another first down for the Tigers as we continue this drive.
I want to say, let's see if that was Carlos Cato.
No, that time it's Dedrick Hurd.
Dedrick Hurd. Nice run as he's moving outside and he sees the pursuit. He plants Jack and cuts it kind of right down the hash line, the hash marks, and picks up another 6 to 7 yards. Good vision, good north-south running.
Come the Tigers once again, seeing the same formation in both offenses. There's the snap, quick handoff into the line across the 40, fighting down to the 35-yard line. By 36, he'll be just shy of the 35. That time, the running back is like number 32, Devontae Moss.
All right, we're going to have
flag against the Tigers. He's quick on the draw and calling these. The little whitehead is kind of hard to see sometimes. He's discussing it with the coach. So Tigers know that they will be brought back some. Let's see how much.
The clock is running in the third quarter. That we're down to 3 minutes and 8 seconds to go until the third quarter. So as they're discussing this penalty, the clock is running. The Tigers are up 34-0.
They just marked it off back across the 40. So basically, they were back to the original yard marker at the second down and just about 11. So we'll take it, make the handoff, get across to the 40, 35, across the 30, and then down the field. Let's see where they mark him out of bounds on the far side. But a good gainer to the 20-yard line for the Tigers.
That was Carlos Cato, and what a nice job. He simply followed his right guard that was pulling, led the way around the corner. Nice seal block he made on the outside over toward the Tiger sidelines. He turns it up all the way down to the 20-yard line, and that's where the ball is spotted 1st and 10 from the Patriots 20 for the Tigers. And see, the Stripes have a question going on now. They'll
stop the clock for a moment.
All right, they're asking for one of the players to hit the sidelines for something.
Equipment malfunction
situation. He's calling Coach over to explain it to him. He's looking down to see if he can.
All right, so Coach Wilson does all about some equipment. He's
pulling them out of the game.
Former equipment manager.
Probably was in the 9th grade.
Tell you what, I listened to the podcast discussion with him. He had some good ball games as a quarterback over at Manchester.
He sure did. I think I don't know that they won the state, but he may have led them.
Played up to a state championship.
That's right.
Fighting for a handoff to the 20. And going to stop out there. So 2nd down and 10. From there, the Patriots are able to take us down. That's Cato, the ball carrier.
Just couldn't quite get, but he actually started toward his left, planted, and tried to outrun him all the way across the line.
With no blocking.
Just couldn't break that line, and the pursuit was too great. Ball still is on the 20-yard line. 2nd down and 10 for the Tigers.
We'd love to see these young men get a touchdown here.
Special thanks to some of our listeners. I know Shannon Owensby Lawson said we're sounding pretty good.
She was excited about the season starting.
Alan Hunt.
Our thanks to, of course, Glenn Smith Chevrolet. We've been kicking every time the ball is getting kicked off tonight. Glenn Smith has been a partner with us as a flag is on that play.
No flag. I'm just wondering if it should because the defensive back didn't look back. He's just doing like this, covering it up as he's throwing the ball. But Schweitzer was deep into the end zone on the back line, and the ball looked good. Good coverage by the corner, but rather than the corner looking back, and the pros, college and pros, that may be an interference. High school, it may not be because they ask for you to at least look back for the ball rather than just fronting him like this.
Yep. 34-0, a minute and 18 left to go in the third quarter play. Time is ticking off the clock. Schweitzer, the quarterback, looking at 3rd down. Ball's on the ground, and now we're going to have to fall on it. So it'll be 4th down now. Ball will rest at the 24-yard line. And do we bring out the young kickers and see if we get a field goal out of this?
Well, that would be about a 42-yard attempt. So I don't know that we've got any kickers that can do that just now, Jack. But again, before we do this, reminder, Monday night, come out to Your Pie Pizza, all starting at 7. We'll have 2 hours of coach talk. Just come on out.
Some of the shows may seem like they're an hour, but just 30 minutes.
Oh, Schweitzer.
Schweitzer throws off his back foot. He's got a man back there. Did he make the catch?
I believe he did. He sure
did.
did.
On the 1.
Wow, he had to jump up and get that catch, get that ball. Let's see who was that. Number 13. His jersey's number's wrinkled. We can't give it to you right now, but as soon as he'll.
I think that's 33, Jake Lane, coming in at a tight end. Tall drink of water.
You may be right. It could be that, or it could be Novell Dean, who is a freshman wide receiver who wears number 12. Either one, they were both in the vicinity. We'll get clarification from the coach later. But first and goal from the 1.
Clock ticking down. 17 seconds left to go in this third quarter of play. Schweitzer would love to get a touchdown under his belt right here. He's going to keep it going around the far side, spin in. John Elway himself into the end zone. Touchdown, Schweitzer.
You call it, Jack, as in Nick Schweitzer, senior quarterback, takes the ball out of the Cato's hands and really just didn't meet anybody, trots to the left, didn't meet anybody until on the goal line. He just puts his head down, twists, spins in the goal. Touchdown for Nick Schweitzer and the Tigers.
Really, I think he saw that out of the left side of his eye. Good peripheral vision on his part, that there was just nobody between him and the end zone.
That's a good idea. The clock continues to run with 2.9 seconds left until the end of the third quarter. Tigers are set up for a semi-live PAT in that they got the unit out there, but no defense.
Snap, hold, kick is up. And the kick is good. 41-0 is your score.
Good shot by the JV that time, Jack. Really did a nice job. Started here and just methodically pulled down. Northide took it for a little bit. We took back over on the 30-yard line on a non-punt, if you will, and
so
70 yards
drive.
later. Absolutely. Looks really good for Nick Schweitzer and his offensive unit.
41-0. 13 plays. Thank you for play-by-play guy here at the stadium.
As long as that first quarter was, the third quarter just flew by.
Well, we didn't take a break. We went straight through that quarter. So,
ooh. Yeah, that was tough.
We might take only 4 spots though coming back. So I'm not sure. I don't want to take any more than that. Tigers will kick the ball.
Calling all area coaches, high school coaches, travel ball coaches, and more. Mud Creek Team Sales is now selling sporting goods like Wilson, DeMarini, Louisville Slugger, Rawlings, and Russell for travel teams, football, baseball, basketball, soccer, and more. For more information, call Mud Creek Team Sales at 706-884-5592. Mud Creek Team Sales for all your sporting good needs.
Hi, Jonathan Moose Map here from Glenn Smith Chevrolet Buick GMC in Opelika, Alabama. Get ready to smile. This is your invitation to our Customer Appreciation Open House and ribbon cutting on Saturday starting at 10 a.m. We want to say thank you to all of our many friends and customers and invite new customers to join the Glenn Smith family.
Online 24/7, 365 at glennsmith.com. That's GLYNN Smith.com.
Now back to the field for Troup Tigers football on the Eagles Sports Network.
Welcome back to Troup High School Tiger football, 41-0, and that's the end of the third quarter of play. Our thanks to our sponsors. Let's go and take another break. Get back to the station. We'll roll as many as you want to back at the station. We're going to give you all the control. Unlike your husband, he doesn't give you any of the control. We're going to give you all the control back at the board. Angela, I hope you have a great time with this next break. This is Troup High School Tiger football on Eagle Sports.
In 1916, Ottawa. It worked so well, we decided to keep it that way. And 100 years later, we still do things the same way, by teaming up with local independent agents who deliver quality, personal service. Some might call that old school. But then again, maybe everything old is new again. Kind of refreshing, isn't it?
Mallory Agency at MalloryAgency.com for all your insurance needs is the Mallory Agency.
I take great pride in my lawn. My Raptor zero-turn mower from Hustler gives me the perfectly manicured cut I want. With the power, strength, and speed of a professional zero-turn mower, I quickly maneuver around obstacles with ease, allowing me to maneuver around life's most difficult obstacle, time. Hustler Turf. Quality tools designed to improve quality of life.
Come see the complete line of Hustler at Triad Outdoors, formerly Dudley's. West Point Road in LaGrange, that's Triad Outdoor.
Now back to the field for Troup Tigers football on the Eagles Sports Network.
Have a little fun over there with our previous break as we're going into the fourth quarter play. 41-0 in favor of the Troup High School Tigers as the Patriots have the ball. Tigers with a blitz there. They're driving their quarterback back, 25. He's back up to the 30. Being brought down back shy of the original line of scrimmage. He's got to get to the 35 for that. But we were just making some jokes. Our text up here, his wife is running the board back there, and we're just kind of giving them a hard time. So we're not being mean. Just to let you know, everybody's happy and safe. Nobody's being mean.
Freshman A.J. Tucker on the tackle there. He pursued the quarterback for actually wound up being a 2-yard loss on that. So it'll be second and 12 for the Patriots.
Man in motion at the near side. Going to hand off to that man in motion. He's going to get up across the line of scrimmage. Almost had him in the backfield. They said he's hit pretty hard, shy of the 40.
Nice job by the Tigers. I want to say it looks like Chris Hilton on the tackle, along with number 40 for the Tigers, Tay Herndon.
Tigers are rolling some guys in. I see 31 Robert Harris, a sophomore, coming in at linebacker.
This is the fourth quarter. They started with just 10 minutes this time and the clock running.
Third down, Tigers going to sack the quarterback in the backfield. Great job of flying inside by number 34 for the Tigers. Just mentioned him, DeMonte Reed, sophomore linebacker coming in. Heard his name and wanted to do something special. Fourth down now, and they'll fake punt, and the Tiger offense will be back on the field.
As they'll move it from the 34. I wonder if they just move it 30 yards down the field or 35 yards down the field. Let's see where they'll punt it or where they'll spot it. So it's moving from the 34-yard line down to, they're going to spot it at the 30-yard line. I think they're just stuck on the 30.
Stuck on you.
So let's see who the Tiger quarterback's going to be.
Tigers on the wrong side of the ball.
They are.
Guys, you got to flip over.
No.
Guys, we're on offense. I believe, aren't we?
I think the coaches are probably saying, hey, we're supposed to be the other way around. So he's telling them to switch over now.
Yeah, let's move over. Yep, there we go. All right. There we go, guys. Good job. Now actually, that was the defensive group, and they were in the right place. It's going over on offense, so the offense is going to take over. You know what it is? They didn't flip the field after the quarter, Greg. That's the difference too. They didn't flip the guys on the field.
Point. Tyson Duncan, a sophomore left-handed quarterback, is in now.
I've heard a lot about him. Tall sweep going on the left side. Good blocking ahead of him. Head down to the 40. Gain of almost 10. Let's see where they mark it.
And where they mark it looks like Cato. No, it was not Cato. It's number 32. Reed, I believe. No, Tay Moss. But, Tyson Duncan was the quarterback down at Long Cane. Left-handed kid. A lot of potential for this kid. And a lot of folks, I know his parents are excited for him. And it's just a sophomore, and he's third on the depth chart, and you got two senior quarterbacks in front of you. It says that if he can develop well this year and prove to be what we're looking for, perhaps he's got 2 strong years at potentially starting for the Tigers. So, you know, he's cool under pressure when you've got a chance to see him last year in some of the JV games. So I think a lot of the future looks bright for Tyson Duncan.
So we go a quick out as Tigers get across the 40. Trouble with the chains on the far side. They're struggling with that as well.
Looks like they're
first down now.
There you go. So that play will pick up, about 6, Jack, maybe?
Yep.
So 2nd and 4. Little tall sweep from Duncan to Reed.
Tigers put twins to the far side this time. And wide to this near side. Not real wide. Tyson takes it. He's going to keep the ball. Cut up inside. He'll slip down. Across the 40. That'll give him a couple more yards. We're going to 3rd down and about 3.
He fakes the handoff, and then his knee hits the ground at the 40. But, wow, yes, he was bumped hard, but if he'd have maintained his legs underneath him, Jack, he could have probably picked up a first down the way he was.
He just got a little awkward after the handoff.
Yeah.
He just wasn't upright. Here he comes again. Handoff this time. They're in the backfield with us, but we're going to get up the field to the 40.
Oh, nice.
Finding our way
Second
again.
effort.
Second effort. Does he get across the 50? He's going to get almost to the not across the 50. Got to get close to the 45 to about the 46. The first down, but I think he's going to be short.
If he's going to be short by the ball, if he is, because they're spotting it on the 50. They may call for measurement. They may just White Hat may say, no, he's going to call it for. White Hat says this is 4th down, so let's see what happens.
It's the 45 he's got to get across. And he's right there at it.
Really might as well go for it, because if you punt it, you're just going to move the ball down. Or no, they're going to call a timeout.
Timeout is called. Let's take a break. 60 seconds back to the station. 6:04 left to go. 41-0 in favor of the Troup High School Tigers right here on Eagle Sports.
An injury can be a game changer. That's why Houston physicians are on the sidelines providing immediate care to athletes after an injury. Houston physicians have been on the sidelines of football games since Dr. Houston started the tradition 60 years ago with the Auburn Tigers. The Houston Sports Medicine team provides high school pre-participation physicals, sideline coverage, and Saturday morning injury clinics at the Jack Houston Memorial Hospital during football season. An injury can be a game changer, and immediate evaluation care can be a game changer too. Contact the LaGrange Houston Clinic at 706-884-3274.
Yeah, it's bent, so what do you do now? Well, you call the Rexperts, Precision Auto Body in LaGrange. They are a collision repair facility, which means they are ICAR and ASE certified facility, and they're certified repair facility for most insurance companies, which this means to you, no matter if you drive a cool little car or a big old SUV, Precision Auto Body will fix it, handle all the insurance paperwork, and get you back out on the road. So call Precision Auto Body today at 706-884-9292.
Now back to the field for Troup Tigers football on the Eagle Sports Network.
So the Tigers, welcome back. Tigers dramatically go down the left side of the field on the far side. I'm going to try to see who that was. With just a little sweep to the outside, and the Tigers are going to score. This young Tiger offense comes in with a new quarterback, and they put more points on the board.
Tyson Duncan just does a little sweep, and yeah, we couldn't quite. The Tigers were surrounding as much as we can get his number, but Duncan just throws a little tall sweep. He hits the sidelines, and 55 yards later, 6 more points for the Tigers, making it 47-0. These are what is considered the freshman, but Tyson is a sophomore, so
freshman and sophomore.
But it's JV freshman team, and Tyson plays a lot of the JV quarterback, and so it's good to see him come in and on his first series of quarterbacking, really orchestrates the Tigers to a touchdown.
So that's 3 different groups of guys that have played great, and all of them have scored.
Hey, I just realized that's true. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
All of them have been
the first team, second team, third team.
That's
all
right.
3 have scored.
And I just noticed they didn't do the PAT on that particular unit touchdown.
So here comes Northide quickly. Got the ball back. 5:50 left to go. I think they're talking about that. Actually, the Tigers going to call a timeout. Maybe say, hey, we would have liked to kick the point after touchdown.
Yeah, we need to exercise.
Let's take a quick 60-second break back to the station. 47-0 in favor of the Troup High School Tigers on Eagle Sports.
Rogers Barbecue in LaGrange has been locally owned since 1945. And they have daily lunch specials for only $7.29. And that includes your drink and dessert. Tuesday night from 5 to close is all-you-can-eat ribs. And Thursday's all-you-can-eat catfish, and with their Brundrick stew, is famous throughout the region. They proudly serve only U.S. farm-raised catfish. So dine in or use a convenient drive-thru Monday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. at 117 New Franklin Road in LaGrange. So come join the crowd at Rogers Barbecue.
It's the Bottom Line sales event, and it's happening now at Nissan of LaGrange. I am Katie Cates, and I am here to tell you that now is the time to shop for a new Nissan. We have incredible incentives, and as if that weren't enough, we are taking it one step further. We are pricing all in-stock new vehicles at dealer price. You heard me right. You pay what we pay. Visit us at NissanofLaGrange.com, where we are always open to see for yourself, or come and see us in person on the Parkway. Nissan of LaGrange, your friendliest hometown dealer.
Now back to the field for Troup Tigers football on the Eagle Sports Network.
Welcome back to Troup High School Tiger football. It's 47-0 in favor of the Tigers. The Patriots have the ball with basically the same place they've been the whole ball game. Between the 25 and the 45, it seems. They can't seem to get out of that rut.
I was noticing just then that Preston Martin, what a defensive unit he is leading that time. Coming in on his outside right tackle position. Was able to create a fumble, then the Tigers recover, and yet they'll get the ball one more time. But rather than giving the ball here on the Patriot 30, they're going to move them and let's let them start from the Tigers 30. So the Tigers recover a fumble on that possession by the Patriots.
Well, we're
just odd situation.
We're just trying things out. Our thanks to our sponsor, Glenn Smith Chevrolet, Buick GMC in Opelika, Alabama. Get ready to smile. Old Moose Map in the game down there.
Moose Map.
5:38 left to go in this contest. 47-0 in favor of the Troup High School Tigers. Jack Morgan, Greg Hicks live here from Connect Stadium. The Tigers hand the ball off on that left side again. They got room one more time to 50. Finding their way down to 40. 35 out of bounds inside the 35-yard line for the Tigers.
And let me see if I can get that number way over there. It looks like it's a double-digit number. Turn around, 34, 25, 26 for the Tigers. Who is 26?
A.J. Tucker.
A.J. Tucker, freshman running back.
Yeah, he's looking good.
Yeah, he that's his second.
Tall sweep to Tucker again. Tucker fights through some
Oh,
adversity
wow.
there.
Oh,
Bounces off
look at that
one
spin
and
move.
sends him flying. He comes back to the other side of the field. 20, 10, 5. We got a star in this fourth quarter.
Ooh, AJ.
Touchdown, Tigers.
What a good-looking freshman running back.
The field is strewn with the bodies of Northside Patriots that he ran into.
Yeah, have an injured Patriot here on the 22-yard line on the Patriot side of the field. But Tucker came in.
Tucker ran into that kid.
He bumped him, had to spin around on about the 33-yard line and outrun him back toward the Troup sidelines into the corner of the end zone. What a nice run and eluding of defenders to get in the end zone.
It's a 3-play touchdown drive by your freshman offense.
Wow, what a good-looking offensive series there by that freshman unit for sure.
Wow.
Northside players able to get up and walk off. And
So if you're Duncan, are you bringing your guys together and say, all right, look, they scored this many in the first quarter. You think we can tie
You might. I don't know. I would love to see him attempt to throw the football. He is a true left-hander. So when you're defense and predominantly right-handed quarterbacks, you set up for one thing. But when you're a left-hander, there's so many other. It's kind of like a left-handed pitcher. Just so many other options out there.
The young man we're talking about, AJ, my wife Sarah, who teaches that at Long Cane, see he's a very talented player. He carried a lot of the Long Cane football team last year. They had a lot of success.
Good.
He's actually in my daughter Anna's 9th grade class.
Oh, good.
So, smart boy too. Then.
Good.
Well, he soon will be being in Anna's class.
I understand. If he's not smart, he will be, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, he certainly looked like a smart runner then and making good decisions.
Wow, that's a freshman right there, folks. He's going to see some playing time this year. Yeah, that's one of the things you look at. That's one of the exciting things about a preseason game. You don't know where the spark's going to come from. As Northside trying to get some kind of spark, trying to get more than 10 yards off a play. Right now they get across the 35 to about the 37-yard line. 3 people clap on this side.
You'll be ashamed. 47, Desmond Gillum is a sophomore linebacker for the Tigers in on that stop. We'll try to get you some more players' names as
Northside has a single back to the backfield with a quarterback. Trips to this near side. Tigers making adjustments for those trips. And we're going to go across the line of scrimmage. Big 57 is going to lead the way. Sam Lewis, a freshman lineman.
Well, we're going to just call his name anyway, but also Andrew Townsend, number 37, is in at cornerback there for the Tigers.
But yeah, I appreciate if you're going to go across the line of scrimmage, go across the line of scrimmage.
Might as well
hit
make it
somebody.
count.
Yeah.
Number 19, Vantavia Shells, a sophomore defensive back, is in the ball game as well.
They complete a pass across the middle. Come back to the near side, and they could go. The Patriots could get a score here. 10-5, touchdown Patriots. A nice little seam right across the middle. Caught back up the field. Free safety had bitten up, but the quarterback threw it the moment he touched it. It was snapped to him. He caught it and threw immediately and had that little seam right behind the linebackers. He was able to find his way down the field, and they get on the board. And they've erased our score, which is kind of interesting. So we're starting over. It's now 6-0 in favor of the Patriots.
With 3 minutes and 54 seconds left. I hope you wrote the 41-0.
47,
actually. It
actually.
is 47, yes, 47-0. 47-6 now with 3 minutes and 54 seconds
You can see
left.
that. So you're looking at excuse me, it's 50. That's right, because we had the freshman
the
team.
other one, freshman.
50. I guess I should write that down.
Man, Luke, come here. Hey, you just take my headset.
They won't fit on his head.
Will be the color man.
53-6, no PAT. And they've just reset the board.
Yeah, I guess they wanted to send everybody. They wanted the people on the outside of the stadium to see that, man, Northside's holding true to 0-0.
I wonder if the hot sign's on.
You know what? I have got a fundraiser ticket in my pocket that's got the hot sign
I
light
got
on
a little ticket in my pocket. Go and eat some donuts.
Sweet, baby. KK, baby.
We'll have to check that out. Oh, hand off in the backfield, and we're going to trip up. A lot of potential ahead of us.
You know, I heard, but don't tell anybody because, you don't go around repeating gossip.
We're not ones to go around spreading rumors.
Yeah.
Again, a reference from the 70s. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the idea is somebody's supposed to say, you heard what?
What'd you hear?
Since you didn't
I was trying to say something pithy about what you said there. Put Luke on the mic.
He may sing.
He's at least listening to you. All right, here we go. What rumor did you hear?
that Krispy Kreme might be coming to LaGrange.
I've heard tell.
And
I'm excited about Kentucky Fried Chicken. They're
it's
tearing the building
coming.
down now.
It's coming. Yeah, it's there. It's one door down from where it used to be.
I'm going to hit some slaw. I love some fried chicken slaw now.
Well, I'll tell you what, Rogers Barbecue.
Oh,
fact,
that's some good slaw.
I haven't heard them tonight. I need to go help Richie. Why are you not? Let's come on now. If you're listening, Richie Messer, I'm calling you out. We need to get you on the show tonight.
Because you have good food.
That's right.
Where do you find it?
At Rogers Barbecue.
Let's make sure they paid for that.
Yeah.
We say that again.
Yeah.
Here come the Tigers. Dunson will be the quarterback. He's rolling this way. Got a blocker ahead of him.
And a flag, but
We've got a holding call against the Tigers. But we do get across the 40. And it's just kind of a free-for-all right now, folks. Although they did stop the clock with 2:30 left to go. They have taken the scores off the board. The official score is 53-6, but they've taken them off the board. Third down for the Tigers. They're going to replay that down more than likely.
Well, the offensive unit is moving to the sidelines. They're pointing toward the White Hats, calling the.
Are they saying it's a punt, maybe?
Yeah, he's swapping fields. He's saying, bring your offensive unit on. So the referee is resetting the ball to the north side. All right. Yeah, timeout the Tigers.
Well, that's why the clock is stopped, because there was a timeout there. They take a timeout. Let's take 60 seconds back to the station. 53-6 is your score right here on Eagle Sports.
Getting you back into the game is Emory Southern Orthopedics' goal. The full-service orthopedic medical practice features board-certified surgeons, a prompt care center, surgical facility, and physical therapy services. The collaborative medical team at Emory Southern Orthopedics combines with leading-edge orthopedic treatment with proven traditional methods to aid you in achieving an active, pain-free lifestyle. Emory Southern Orthopedics, getting you back into your game.
Hi, friends. TOWD here with Kia LaGrange. This month we are featuring the workhorse, jack of all trades, the midsize SUV, the 2019 Kia Sorento. We're talking about safety, comfort, technology, and third-row seating. Right now, you can ride away in a brand-new 2019 Kia Sorento L model, only $22,990. Yep, $22,990. You can also check us out online at KiaLaGrange.com. Help support your local economy. God bless America.
Cell number 111598. Price plus tax, tag, and title. Offer good through August 31st, 2019. See Kia LaGrange for complete details.
Now back to the field for Troup Tigers football on the Eagle Sports Network.
Welcome back. As things are getting a little confusing now, as we just got young people running all over the place, and the officials are still trying to call it like a real game, but it's really just a glorified scrimmage right now. 2:30 left to go in this contest. 53-6 in favor of the Troup High School Tigers. Northside has the ball. Put a man in motion for the far side. Hand the ball off to him as he's coming back this near side. 30, 35 knocked out of bounds on this near side.
So my wife is quoting scripture. Get thee behind me, Satan, with that Krispy Kreme. Tells me I better eat them on the way home. Trust me, they will be eaten.
What
There's 4 guys
we?
here. I'll just take them down to Lake Harding with me in the morning, honey. What do you think?
We're going to Lake Harding tomorrow?
I don't know. I'm waiting to see what she says.
Oh, okay.
That's how it's kind of like proposing on the air, just waiting.
Yeah, you're going to wait a long time. A definite freshman quarterback on the part of Northside.
Okay, so
high snap for him.
We had movement on the right side, defensive line, movement on the left side, and it looks like it's going to be encroachment by the Tigers.
And they're going to walk it off and get a first down for Northside.
Ant Hills, a freshman defensive back, was responsible for kind of easing up across that line.
And his brother, Wasp Nests, is going to be up here a little bit. Head off into the line, and he's tackled.
Wow. Tons of Tigers there. And perhaps the smallest Tiger on the team, number 61. Maybe it's 51, Zachary Smith.
Greg, I just got reliable intel that one of the reasons that Amy's giving you a hard time is that she brought a whole pizza home from the event tonight.
Oh, really?
So, yeah. So she may be
right,
enjoying
then.
some carbs there on her own.
I see. A.J. Dawson in there. Jay Bradfield is also in the game at defensive tackle.
Waiting on the snap for Northside. They're just across the 50. The man in motion. There's the snap a little bit high. He steps back, throws it. Actually looks to throw it. Now he'll throw. Actually run the ball and be taken down at a loss of about 4. And 49. What that young man's number is that made the tackle?
Yes.
49. That's old Ant Hills.
Ant Hills,
Man,
buddy.
he's kicking them up out there. He smelled something sweet, and that Ant Hill was all over him. 53-6 is your score.
That's Devin's brother, Ant Devin.
Throwing way down the field are the Patriots. They'll fall short. They stopped the clock, but they have not been stopping the clock. They're very inconsistent with that as well.
48 seconds to go until the end of this contest. Your Tigers up 53-6. At halftime, Jack, if I'm not mistaken, it was like 34-0. So the JV and freshmen have scored at least 3 touchdowns.
3 scores, and did not have a chance to go after their PATs. A lot of
action by the offense and defense, but the Tigers are all over the place. Makes the tackle. Number 70 for the Tigers and 91.
30, 29, 28, 27. Clark take it down.
A.J. Dawson, and I don't have a number for 91, and that's assuming I read it right.
Northside going to try to get one more play out of this, it looks like.
Coaches are asking them to hurry up. Under 8 seconds left in the ball game. 6, 5 seconds.
A lot of these coaches are seeing a possibility of actually getting home before midnight tonight. And that's the end of the contest. 53-6 in favor of the Troup High School Tigers. And remember, guys, while we're happy about the win, it's preseason. We saw a lot of things we liked. We saw some things we've got to work on. We'll talk about those. We'll not point them out when we come back at the postgame show. You're listening to Troup High School Tiger Football on Eagle Sports.
At Wellstar West Georgia Medical Center, we believe teamwork makes all the difference in your health. We believe that skilled people can achieve higher standards and exceptional results. We believe in a game plan that's focused on patient safety and quality care. At Wellstar West Georgia Medical Center in LaGrange, we believe in life well lived. To learn more about award-winning healthcare, visit wellstar.org/WGMC.
A Southern tradition since 1945, that's Rogers Barbecue and Catfish House. You can find them at 117 New Franklin Road in LaGrange. So when you're ready for lunch, Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., come to Rogers Barbecue and Catfish House for meat, 2 vegetables, and a bread, dessert, and drink for only $7.29. That's a big lunch for a small price. So when you're ready for a delicious barbecue and only U.S. farm-raised catfish, make your way to 117 New Franklin Road in LaGrange for Rogers Barbecue and Catfish House for a great meal.
Hi, Jonathan Moose Map here from Glenn Smith Chevrolet Buick GMC in Opelika, Alabama. Get ready to smile. This is your invitation to our Customer Appreciation Open House and ribbon cutting on Saturday starting at 10 a.m. We want to say thank you to all of our many friends and customers and invite new customers to join the Glenn Smith family.
Online 24/7, 365 at glennsmith.com. That's GLYNN Smith.com.
Yeah, it's mangled. So now what do? Well, you carry it to the Rexperts, Precision Auto Body in LaGrange. They not only have one, but they've got 2 frame racks by Car Grabber. And that means they will repair your car back to OEM specs, which anything less you wouldn't be happy with. So Precision Auto Body has the do it right the first time attitude, and all the work is warranted as long as you own your car. So call Precision Auto Body first at 706-884-9292. That's 706-884-9292.
There's a storm coming. We may not know its path, but your independent auto owner's insurance agent knows no matter what happens, we'll be there when you need us most. strong through every storm. That's how it's been for our first 100 years, and how it will be for generations to come.
Mallory Agency at MalloryAgency.com. For all your insurance needs, it's the Mallory Agency.
There's a secret to beating injuries or ailments. Get the right team. Emory Southern Orthopedics, well-trained, experienced doctors, nurses, and staff are that team. These teammates listen and understand your specific condition and provide high-quality hometown care that will get you back into your game. For more information about Emory Southern Orthopedics team, visit www.southernorthopedics.com.
Now back to the field for Troup Tigers football on the Eagles Sports Network.
Welcome back to Troup High School Tiger football. Jack Mormon, Greg Hicks. We got Luke. We got Ronnie K, Angela, and Maddie. Or are they the same person? We're just not sure. We're thankful to everybody that had a chance to work with us on the radio tonight, put this thing together. It's preseason, but we were in a little bit of a preseason form tonight, but we had a lot of fun as the Troup High School Tigers are going to take this one as a big victory, 53-6. The six coming off a slant pass on the part of the Northside Patriots late in the ball game against our freshman defense, who really showed up. They played very well. Let's just kind of backtrack that with the three different groups we saw tonight, Greg. Our freshmen scored, did a tremendous job, big moves. A guy that really got probably everybody kind of talking about him. And Ant Hills did very well towards the end of the ball game, and A.J. Tucker, just a freshman, but 2 scores from him with the freshman group.
Yes. And he looked very good running the football. Carlos Cato has had a good night running the football. Trey Williams has had a good night running the football. Hudson had a good night running and throwing the football. The offensive line, the number ones look really good. I don't know that we had a penalty on the offensive line. We had a motion penalty early in the game. Maybe that was one of them.
We struggled with the second and third teams with motion. We jumped off sides quite a bit.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's something that's going to come with some experience.
But the first teams, both defense and offense, looked pretty good as
drawn
far
off
as
a little bit
goes.
by the clap. The clapping quarterback kind of threw us off a little bit.
Yeah.
But kind of back in. All right, so that's the freshman. The kind of second team comes in. Nick Schweitzer leading them. I thought he did a good job in the pocket. Threw the ball, spread it out a little bit. Not a lot of completions tonight. I think it's got some routes to work on and get some guys in sync. With his receivers. But I think he was very serviceable. Got a touchdown out of that group. So he played well there.
He actually himself run one.
Yep. And then you go to the first team, who just seemed like they were a whole different league than Northside in the first half.
Yeah, absolutely.
They were almost toying with them.
We may have scored 4 out of the first 5 possessions.
I think toying is the word that's in my mind. It's just like a cat with a toy. We just kind of popped them a little bit, backed up.
Right.
Kobe's sack. That's not a sack he takes in a regular ball game, a serious ball game. So, again, all 3 groups played well. If there's anything from my point of view that we really got to work on, I think it's staying intense from the first part of the game. We built the intensity into the end of the first quarter, into the second. But we kind of started off a little lackadaisical, and I think not the intensity that you want from a Tanner Glisson team. But the other thing is the kicking game. It's got to be something, because if we can't get it deeper than the 20 on a kickoff, that's going to be trouble.
4 areas. Kicking game, we got basically, with the exception of Mark Anthony Dixon, we've got a new receiving core, totally rebuilt offensive line, that, and then we've got somewhat of a younger defensive line as well. But so far, those are the 4 areas that I see that the coaches have done an outstanding job with, having to redo everything. But we talked the same time last year, I think the biggest challenge is to have some consistent kicking game, but it looks like we've got some good coverage on the kickoff team. PAT, with that one that we missed, and it might have been the first one, then we were pretty consistent. And that's what you want to see. When you score that touchdown, it's not completed if you don't get the PAT.
Yep.
And so
it's hard to add in our head.
It is.
I need
throws
sevens.
Us off. I
need sevens and threes. That's all I need.
But overall, hey, you give them a B+ on this game tonight as far as a preseason game. A lot of things they're going to have to work on, but so far a good, honorable opponent in Northside. we could have had some weaker opponents out there, but Coach, when he's trying to schedule some things, he wants to try to, even in preseason, schedule a good quality opponent. Northside has been a good quality opponent the last 2 years.
They've played some folks
yes.
Outside of us. But, a good job. Again, our thanks to Cohen Weiss, who puts all this together for us.
And puts up with us.
Yeah, we give him a hard time, but we couldn't do this without his hard work. Back at the station, all of the folks that sell the ads, that produce the commercials. We kind of been joking with our new folks, Ronnie and Angela, a.k.a. Maddie. But also with Luke here with us, we appreciate that. This will be Luke will be traveling with us. Ronnie will be with the LaGrange team. Our thanks to them. I haven't had a chance to touch base with Andrew Caraway tonight. I hope that Callaway did well. I would assume they had, but I haven't heard from them.
Stars Mill, they had Stars Mill at Callaway Stadium.
So we'll try to get you some information about that for the Monday show. But let's go and mention that one more time. Don't forget to come by Your Pie, or of course tune in to Eagle 102.3. Of course, Eagle123.com, as well as you'll be able to hear the coaches' shows. LaGrange College with Coach Earl Campbell at 7 o'clock. I'll have a chance to interview him. At 7:30, Andrew Caraway will be with Coach Pete Wiggins to talk about Callaway football. At 8 o'clock, Greg Hicks steps in, usually with an entourage of about 8 to 12 people. He'll come in, and he'll be with Coach Tanner Glisson, and they'll talk about Troup High School football. And then I'll be left alone after that to Coach Gibbs and I. Well, Coach Gibbs will bring a group of people, but I'll be all by myself after that because everybody leaves me. And we'll have the great
Okay,
football.
We'll stick around with
Yay!
you.
Okay, my whining has worked. But it's a great night. It's talking football from 7 o'clock until 9 o'clock, and we invite you to join us at Your Pie. So thankful for their sponsorship. Our thanks to all of our sponsors tonight. Glenn Smith Chevrolet. You're going to smile when you go down to Opelika and buy a car from them. So a big thanks to them. Let me grab my sponsor sheet real quick, and I want to remind you of all of the rest of the great folks that had a hand in this tonight. They include the Mallory Agency and Matt Orr, State Farm, also Wellstar, West Georgia Medical, Emory Clark Holder Clinic of LaGrange, and the Houston Clinic. We mentioned Glenn Smith, Buick Chevrolet, and GMC in Opelika, Alabama. Get ready to smile. Nissan of LaGrange, Kia of LaGrange, Mud Creek Graphics, First Franklin Financial, Precision Auto Body. Also had Rogers Barbecue. We were talking about giving them a hard time, but they're already sponsors with us. Synovus and Your Pie. Just got information from my wife. 48-7 in favor of Callaway tonight. So all three teams winning in the preseason. That's exciting to think about what this whole area is going to be about in high school football this season.
Interesting. I'll have to. We're Mud Creek Graphics blessed enough to do some business with Stars Mill. I'll be up next week. I'll talk to Coach Chad Phillips at Stars Mill and just see kind of what his take on the Callaway Cavaliers are. Next Thursday night, Callaway opens the season against Opelika Bulldogs, a historically powerhouse down in Opelika. So even if you're not necessarily your number one team is Callaway, your number one team may be LaGrange or maybe Troup. Go watch them. It's good. It will be good, entertaining
Support your
game.
community.
Support all three teams. And speaking of support your teams, next Friday night, LaGrange opens their season against Heard County, and I'm thinking it's at Franklin. Seems like they played at LaGrange last year at Callaway Stadium. So Heard County, just 17 miles up the road from LaGrange. Beautiful, excellent facilities they have. They're coming off a state championship year. Lost a lot of folks. I'll be curious to see what Coach Tim Barron has it next week for LaGrange up at Heard County. And so LaGrange going for trying to better their season over the last couple of years. And, they're looking for that season opening win next week against Heard County. So still, next Thursday night, go down to Opelika and watch Callaway. Next Friday night, go up to Franklin and watch LaGrange. And then, of course, the Tigers open their season in 2 weeks on the 30th against Ridgeland. And they get to drive from south of Chattanooga all the way to LaGrange in 2 weeks. And so that's when we'll open our regular season to begin our 4 non-region games before we hit the region contest in late September.
It's going to be an exciting season. We want you to be with us all the way. Listen to us on 96.9 and also on 1240 AM WLAG, Eagle1023.com, and also on the World Wide Web. Mention Eagle1023.com, and also the TuneIn app. You can also grab us there. So lots of different ways to get us. We thank you so much for all the guys back at the station, for Luke and the guys here, for Greg. I'm Jack. We'll see you next week. Actually, in a couple of weeks on the radio.
for listening to Troop Tigers football on the Eagles Sports Network. This game was brought to you in part by the Mallory Agency, Wellstar, West Georgia Medical,